Oh, yes. It is a fabulous Sunday here on Clan Brandalorian. And this is episode 20 of the Clan Brandalorian, the podcast. And this one is by far the most special that I've put together for the channel. And I think that this one is just going to be one hell of a ride. I got some fantastic guests with me today. And this is like March Madness. It's like the basketball tournament for college. Everyone's ramped. Everyone's wild for it. We have 64 Star Wars characters, and it's all bracket style, single elimination. And keep in mind that all of the characters, this is all them in their prime and also in canon. So we're not going to go with clone Luke from Legends. We're not running with him. We're running with the Luke Skywalker from canon, the one you see in the original trilogy, sequel trilogy, and Mandalorian, all that. So if we're going to run up with maybe Rose Tico versus Cad Bane, I mean, it should be pretty obvious who wins that. So we're going off of prime characters, prime situations. But I had to get some guests on today to make this the best it could be. So I'm going to go ahead and add everyone in. We got Andy from the Galactic Core podcast. How you doing today, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing? Really excited to be here. Thank you again for having me on the show. But yeah, absolutely excited to talk some Star Wars and versus. And as I said before, if it's not a Palpatine Anakin final, I'm going to riot.
I was thinking about doing two sides of the bracket, but I kept it one. So we may see it could be the final. And as well, we have Lub and David, 2/3 of the So Sidious podcast. How are you guys doing today?
Beautiful. Ready to go. I got my ass whooped in the bracket in college this year, did horrible, so I'm ready to redeem myself in Star Wars fashion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, will there be any Cinderellas in this Star Wars bracket, or will it be all chalk? You never know.
Oh, man, yeah, you never know. Like I said, if Rose Tico could win it all, you never know.
We're looking at you, Rose.
And I'm glad it's canon and you left like Star Killer off the list and stuff like that, because it's like Star Killer could probably take anybody.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was writing some of the Sith down and I was like, okay, so if I put Darth Nihilius in this dude destroyed planets. There's
right. Yeah, exactly.
We cannot be. Yeah, exactly. You just can't go that route. But for everyone viewing today, this is the Fab Four right here. We're going to get it going. I'm going to go ahead and run the intro and we'll meet you guys right back.
Starship on the show.
All right. Now this is official. It's episode 20 of Clan Brandalorian. If you guys are just now tuning in, we are about to get this going. And I'm going to go ahead and throw up the bracket here.
Ooh.
All right. So right here, I'm going to make sure this is all good here. All right. Can you guys see the bracket?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Okay. I'm going to blow it up. Definitely, don't worry. I can zoom in pretty well.
There
on
you
it.
go.
Oh, and also, I just forgot it is double-sided. So
nice.
We're gonna have this, and we're gonna have Shak T to Barriss Offee Shinha T on the right side, and we also have Pre Vizsla Fennec Shand Hunter Cad Bane on the left. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom back out one more time, and I'm going to randomize this. I'm gonna count 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is completely randomized from when I saw it earlier. So I think we're just gonna get into it. First round. Is there any predictions for this first round? Is there anybody that's gonna take it by storm? Is any obvious answers? What do you guys think?
All depends on who gets drawn against who, really, doesn't it? Until we see the draw, I'm not going to know.
Yeah, right. With it randomized like that, we could have any crazy matchup. Could be Anakin versus Obi-Wan in the first round.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's some spicy spots here. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. and it looks like the
Ooh. Tasty.
first round
Damn.
is Riva versus General Grievous. What do we think on this, gentlemen?
Ooh, that's a
Damn.
tough one.
That is a
It's a
tough.
tough one to start with.
I mean, you look at Riva and the hate she got, the character, she's very obnoxious at some points, but also at the same time, she was wanting to prove to Vader, she's wanting to get back to him and eventually take him out. And we saw that did not end too well for her. So she had a lot of drive. I thought her character was pretty cool in my opinion. But there's always going to be some, sticklers with characters, and that's fine. You like what you like, you don't like what you don't like. But I think, and obviously with General Grievous, we're about to see this dude take apart Dathomir here in a couple weeks. So this is
Right.
What do we think, guys?
I think I'm going General Grievous, and I think the Dathomir episode is gonna back me once that drops. Once we get that May 4th stuff, I think it's gonna really show how insanely devastating this man can be. Because we didn't get a lot of examples of it. His fight with Obi-Wan and whatnot was somewhat, but we didn't get a ton of it, except in the Clone Wars shows. We kind of get more of a look into it. But I'm going General Grievous. We'll go with him.
Yeah,
Lub,
I
what do you think?
I think I'm gonna have to take General Grievous too. I know a lot of his Clone Wars episodes is him just running away at the end of the mission, just escaping at the last second. And even in Revenge of the Sith, a lot of his, he has all these lightsabers he's got from killing Jedi, but we don't really see that on screen. But we have to know that, hey, he's killed plenty of Jedi. He has a large collection of lightsabers. And Riva being an Inquisitor, I know the Inquisitors are pretty low on the the rung of Force users. They're just right there. They're barely Force sensitive, so they're Vader's underlings. So I'm gonna have to go with Grievous.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I agree. I think there's just no question, really. I mean, Riva does have her strengths, but yeah, I think we can all agree that it's Grievous moving forward now. But I mean, we can just go straight into the next one. Hunter from the Bad Batch, Clone Force 99 against IG-11. What do you, Andy, you want to take it off? What do you think of this matchup right here?
That is a tough one. IG-11, obviously well known for being a very efficient droid, looks at all the solutions, even willing to blow himself up to take out the enemy if needed. Hunter, apart from being a top-notch clone, has obviously special abilities, can obviously sense the electrical networks around him. That is a tough one to pull off. I mean, Hunter's faced down a lot of droids and taken a lot of them out, even hand-to-hand as well, with those special knives the Bad Batch seem to have. So I think on a very, very slight edge, Hunter takes it. It's a very close one, I think. It's a very close one. But I think Hunter's ability to think, obviously, as a human over a droid, just a slight edge in this one.
Yeah, that's a that's a really good look. Any of you two from the Sidious crew, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I got Hunter. I think IG-11 is a very, very capable droid. Obviously we've seen him tear stuff up, but I think his skills come out in a multi-enemy type of situation. He takes out crowds, he's left and right. We've seen it in The Mandalorian. He's spinning all around, locking in, just taking out people left and right. But I think on a one-on-one situation, I think Hunter, like Andy said, with his strategy and everything and his droid killing expertise, I think Hunter takes him out one-on-one.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that. Lub, what do you think?
I think just the human aspect, I think he has a slight edge over a droid. So I agree.
And that's a good point too, Andy. They have their own knives, they're like electro knives, and they obviously work to perfection. So yeah, I think it would be close as well, but you can't knock Hunter in this. So we're gonna have Hunter advancing, and that's already a tough matchup right there. But we're just gonna go ahead and move down the list again. And this one was actually the first time I made the bracket. This was the matchup then as well. But Pre Vizsla versus the fifth brother. And I think my initial take on it, Pre Vizsla, I mean, obviously went down to Maul. But it wasn't easy, in my opinion. Pre Vizsla was definitely using his Mandalorian traits, and it made it 10 times harder for Maul to get the victory, essentially. But at the same time, Fifth Brother, I mean, in Kenobi, he is very much a sideline character. But I mean, if you look at Rebels, and if you read some of the books, like I've read a couple audiobooks about the Inquisitors, especially in the beginning, and like the Fifth Brother was one to get his hand chopped off by Vader, but he was able to succumb all of those beatings from Vader and actually let a lot of that go to heart. So he's one of the hardened Inquisitors that no one really talks about. So to me, I don't know, man. I think maybe I feel like Pre Vizsla was such a thorn for Death Watch, and he was just one of the top notch Mandos in that time, and especially what he strived for. So I don't know, man. I might need some opinions from you guys on this.
I go Pre Vizsla, and I go Pre Vizsla because of exactly what you said. He almost beat Maul. Like, that was close. They were going hand in hand. He had the Darksaber too, but like he was giving Maul a fight, and I think Maul wipes the floor with Fifth Brother. So in that regard, it is interesting though. I didn't know that about Fifth Brother's background and kind of being hardened, but I'm gonna go with my boy Pre. I think he showed out some skills against Maul.
Yeah.
I agree. Just because of that Mandalorian training and him being a part of Death Watch, that's like a whole nother level of training from since you're a child. And Fifth Brother, I mean, his on-screen appearances, he hasn't been very formidable.
Yeah, I think it's a Pre Vizsla for me. I mean, they're both killed by Maul in the end. To be fair, before it gets done by Maul and Rebels. Since Twilight of the Apprentice episode, Pre Vizsla was obviously done in Clone Wars, but I thought it might be close when I first saw it, because Fifth Brother, like in Kenobi, he sort of seems like the second in command to the Grand Inquisitor, and then in Rebels he doesn't seem as higher up, but he's constantly sort of beaten by a 15, 16-year-old Ezra. I was just like, at the end of the day, I think Pre Vizsla's Mandalorian experience gets in the win on that one.
And the armor.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that alone. Yeah, I've always wondered what Fifth Brother's like helmet was. I don't know if that has anything to do with like a species or something, but it just looks like a Thanksgiving dish just upside down on his head.
It looks like Embo's, doesn't it? Embo from Clone Wars. It's kind of a similar sort of disc helmet, isn't it? So,
yeah, it's weird. I've never really understood what exactly it was. But yeah, Pre Vizsla. I think we have to give it to him. There's no chance. All right, Finn versus Chrysanthemum. I don't think I can knock you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and click this unless we have any back to it. But my first look at it, I don't see Finn beating Chrysanthemum.
I mean, are we talking, when we say Prime Finn, which Finn is this, to be fair? Because episode 9,
what is that Prime Finn?
He's like on the verge of being Jedi, or Force ability Finn, which could give him the edge over a bounty hunter. And he was one of the best, First Order soldiers as well before he defected and left. So he's not exactly a bad fighter. We don't necessarily see the best of that in the sequels, but he was one of the First Order's best stormtroopers. And if he's on the cusp of getting Jedi powers as well, or the Force abilities, he could give Chrysanthemum a good run for his money.
Yeah, he could. I think too, especially like we might look back at this in 3-4 years and see the first Rey movie, if they're going to do a trilogy, and watch Finn be just a Jedi master at this point, has his own apprentices, own Padawans. Like this could be pretty dope. And what we've seen of Chrysanthemum could not even be anything close. So I mean, at the first look for me, I'm definitely going Chrysanthemum, just knowing his background. But yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Finn was one of the best in his like battalion for the First Order. So yeah.
He was. My first thought was, well, are we doing Finn that we thought we were getting after Force Awakens, or what we ended up getting? Because, like you said, he had the lightsaber on the front of the poster. Like it was like, oh, this fool's about to be formidable. And then, but I would say it's a good point, Andy. But I would say that's a what if. He hasn't gotten to that level yet. So the Finn we know that we've seen in canon isn't to that quite level of, I mean, we haven't really seen him use the Force or anything like that to this point. But I think he's a good fighter. But I'm going to go Chrysanthemum just from everything we have knowledgeable with them right now.
Right. Well, are we dropping them in like an ancient Roman arena, or is it like a laser tag place where there's like things you can hide behind? Because if it's just wide open, I don't think Finn stands a chance, just because Chrysanthemum could probably take more. He could take more bullets than Finn could. But if Finn can like hide behind some stuff and like crawl around, maybe he could outsmart him. But if it's just wide open, I don't think Finn has a chance.
Yeah, I'd have to sit with Chrysanthemum too. I hope we see more of him too, depending if it's in the Dave Filoni like Endgame Mandoverse film. That would be really cool. But yeah, I mean, knowing that he actually did fight Kenobi in canon was awesome to see. Seeing his scarring on Book of Boba Fett, I thought that was a good little Easter egg.
Yeah, because he's a badass in the comics.
Yeah, and also Garza Fwip, when she was like, "Yes, we know you've been really, really good in combat back in the day. Like in the ring. You don't have to show off, but
right,
yeah."
Ooh,
oh man. Oh, okay. Now this I can't click right away. Fennec Shand versus Moff Gideon. Wow. I'm gonna let one of you guys take the floor on this.
Damn.
That is a tough matchup.
I guess his prime form that we've seen would probably be him in the Mando armor, right? I mean, that seems to be prime.
It has to be
prime Moff Gideon. He was pretty much at his more so than when he's just leading forces. So, damn, I might.
Could you imagine Moff Gideon? Could you imagine Moff Gideon with the Dark Trooper Beskar armor and the Darksaber?
Oh god,
yeah,
like
it's a tough one to kill.
Man, but then Fennec Shand, she has the title of she has the title of Master Assassin of the Mid Rim, and we know the Mid Rim at that time was wasn't necessarily the Outer Rim in difficulty of things, but I mean it's the next region over, so
it's tough.
It's a tough one. I mean, I think I'd give it to Moff Gideon. Like you said, Dave, if he's got his Beskar armor. I don't think we ever saw him at his absolute best as well. I'm pretty sure in like the season 2 finale of Mando, he actually gives up to Mando to be able to put his whole plot in with Bo-Katan and the Darksaber and to screw them over a little bit and stuff. So I think on a one-on-one fight with that armor, he does take out Shand, because at the end of the day, Shand pretty much almost got killed by Mando and a Han Solo wannabe. So I think Moff Gideon wins at the end of the day on this one.
Yeah. If he has the armor or he has the Darksaber, I think he takes her out.
No armor.
That's tough. Fennec could beat a lot of people in this tournament, but that's a tough first round matchup for her there.
This is I would say this is like a Purdue versus Kentucky right off the bat.
Right.
Straight up.
It's like, I mean, we know who's gonna win, but the matchup just doesn't work. But Moff Gideon. Okay, here's an interesting one. I feel like this is out of box right here. Bosk versus Ezra Bridger.
I'm going Ezra.
Yeah.
I think that's easier than it looks, to be fair. I think Ezra wins this one fairly quickly.
What if we take Ahsoka Ezra, no lightsaber, versus Bosk, fully bounty huntered out? What do we see there?
I think he still wins.
I'd take Ezra. He seems pretty Kung Fu Force capable these days.
Right.
I don't need it. You keep it. You keep the lightsaber. Yeah. I like Bosk, but there's no place where he stands a chance here.
Yeah, Bosk is OG.
Oh fuck, man.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right. We loved you, Mando. You're a good soldier.
Oh, damn. Okay, I knew that there could be some tears, man. This is crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
This one hurts.
That is a rough one.
I've told Andy before on one of the podcasts we did. It might have been episode 3 when we covered that. There was something about being 8 years old and watching Revenge of the Sith for the first time and seeing Mace Windu get thrown out the window. I was like, man, what the hell? Like
Oh, God.
I want to cry.
Yeah, bro.
But then yes, and all of the times, Din Djarin has a close call in like every episode of Mando, and then you're just like, no, okay, it's like he's not gonna die, but there's been times where like maybe they could like take him out for a few episodes, maybe think he's dead, and it's just like he has to take care of Grogu, and you're just like, all right, how does this play out? But yeah, dude, I don't. Andy, what you got, bro?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Mace Windu takes Din out. Then he'll put up a fight for 5 minutes, and then Mace will just take out a knee or something with the lightsaber, and he's done.
Yeah.
Once Din Djarin runs out of those whistling, what are those called? The whistling birds or something.
Yeah.
Once he runs out of all of his gadgets, then unfortunately Mace will probably remove his head like Django.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to be fair, Ahsoka was able to subdue Din pretty quickly when they met for the first time.
Oh yeah,
if it wasn't for the fact that he's like, no, I was sent by Bo-Katan.
Hold on.
She would have had
Ahsoka Tano. She's like, wait, know my name?
Yeah. And the thing about Din that makes him such a cool character is he isn't just this badass who goes around kicking everybody. Like, he does lose a fight. He's like fighting to stay alive at the end, and then just makes one move and kills him. So that's what's cool about him. Yeah, he's realistic.
Yeah, I like this matchup, but it's very, very one-sided. And it'd be fun. It'd be fun to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gotta be Mace.
R.I.P.
Oh my god, that's.
Let's see, how far are we on this side? Okay, we're exactly half. Let's go. Let's bounce to the other side and let's go to the bottom half of this bracket.
Ooh, okay.
Ah, shit! I already see it. All right.
No,
Fives, no.
So it's sort of like Brandon's favorite character versus my favorite clone.
Dude,
big one coming up.
Like, what's going on here, man? This is I don't know, dude. This is tough. And yeah, like you said, I'm a Quinlan guy, but this is quite tough.
That's no one knows what to say for this.
Oh, I'm
I
going
think-
Quinlan.
I'm going Quinlan too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the Jedi wins, but I want fives to win. So I'm going to put my vote for fives, even though I'm going to lose 3-1. So this is for emotional reasons, not proper fighting reasons.
There we go. Fives, you'll forever have Andy on your side forever.
Here you go.
But
I'll take fives against Palpatine any day.
Hey, I think the thing that pisses me off the most about that entire episode was the way Palpatine just looked over and smirked at him when Five was just basically outing Palpatine the whole time. That's
Dude,
man, that still makes me so mad.
Man, that's just Commander Thrawn for killing him. That's what pisses me off. Like, if I ever get to like curb stomp Thrawn's head into the pavement, I will do. Like, how could you kill my boy like that?
Man, fuck. It's I don't. Let's change.
That's not even Thrawn. Sorry, it was Fox, wasn't it? Sorry, Fox.
Oh, I
remember.
Yeah,
Man,
it was definitely Fox, because Fox gets killed by Vader after Order 66 for thinking that he was a Jedi.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
How dare you shoot at me, and then cuts him down.
Oh.
And all the clones despise Fox after it was revealed that he's the one that killed Fives as well. So yeah, fuck you, Fox. Sorry.
You're out of here.
Fox.
Sorry, this is a bit of a trigger for me, Fives is. Sorry. I'll
Oh shit. Oh man, okay. This doesn't get worse. When you really like characters, this just doesn't help out much. Shit. All right, here we go.
Damn, this is a good matchup.
Bo-Katan Kryze versus Cal Kestis.
Interesting.
Ooh, I take Cal Kestis for this one. I think Jedi Survivor Cal Kestis wins this. Bo-Katan puts up a really good fight, actually. Probably more of a fight than Din Djarin puts up against Windu, because maybe Cal's not quite as the same level as Windu. But I think Cal will still win this fairly quickly. I think any Jedi was going to win these battles fairly quick.
It's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah, majority of these lightsaber user versus non-lightsaber user, you're probably gonna, except Pre-Vizsla, over Fifth Brother. But like you said, I think this would be closer than Din Djarin and Mace. But Cal fights Vader at points and survives, so he's made pretty damn capable in the game. So yeah,
He
I
ran.
think
He didn't really, didn't really
yeah,
fight.
he
just ran
survived.
away.
Still. He still
Yeah.
survived.
And the High Republic survivor that he fights in Jedi Survivor, the guy you think is a good guy, then he turns to the bad guy, with the one arm. He's pretty badass. So if you defeat him,
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. There's I think this actually leaves a Cal Kestis winner, but heavily wounded, in my opinion.
Yes.
I
Bo-Katan
think
leaves a mark.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely gives him a run for his money, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be Cal Kestis.
Especially if she's got the dark saber, because she put in some work. She showed Din how to use that thing when she finally got a hold of it. She was making that thing work. So
Yeah, I know, and I wanted Din to just have the dark saber and use it very, very well, but
we all did.
yes, damn it. But okay, we got the next matchup going, and Morgan Elsbeth versus Kit Fisto.
Ooh, interesting.
One of my top 3 favorite Jedi. Not saying he's the best in top 3, but he is one of my favorites, 100%. But Morgan Elsbeth, I was telling some friends once we got the Tales of the Empire trailer, I was like, dude, she might be a top 5 favorite character for me if her story is executed pretty well. Like a rogue night sister. How dope is that?
Yeah. No, I'm stoked.
I mean, we
we're
get
getting more
Asajj
background on
Ventress,
her.
but yeah, I think this is a really, really cool character. Very excited to see what we get.
Agreed. Totally agreed. That being said, I'm going with my boy Kit, but I am definitely looking forward to more background on Morgan.
I don't know, like, because we see the fact that she's going to get to go up against Grievous with her sort of magic cup swords, and she obviously survives that. But she runs away like Grievous does, or what? Yeah, we don't know. And she still stood her ground against Ahsoka pretty well. I think
disarmed her.
against a lesser Jedi, she could maybe even win if she's the magic up Elsbeth that we see. If it's going prime Elsbeth, then I'm guessing like end of Ahsoka. I actually pick Elsbeth for this one. I think.
Okay.
Wow,
That's
yeah,
a close one.
That's a good point. Put 1 and 1.
She was pretty good.
Yeah, that could be tough because, okay, we know Kit Fisto went down to Palpatine, and he was in
like a punk.
He lasted just a little bit longer. But
hey, man,
just
he got a parry in.
But it's man. What if Morgan Elsbeth was in that situation? Same outcome?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good look. Okay. Ahsoka fighting Kit Fisto in Morgan Elsbeth's shoes, like we see when Ahsoka like slices her midsection. What if that was Kit Fisto and Elsbeth's spot? How long does that fight go?
Right.
See, it's a good point because Morgan put up a fight in that one though. Again, she took out one of her lightsabers, which I was kind of like, what the hell? How does this old lady just disarm Ahsoka? But then obviously we learned she's a little bit more capable than we thought. But I think it's gonna be close. Yeah,
And the blade of Talzin resurrected from the magic. That thing was badass.
Yeah, that was dope.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah, she does have some Night Sister abilities that could mess with his head too.
Lub, what you got, man? Who do you take in this? I feel like Andy is Team Elsbeth and David is just keen on Kit Fisto.
Right.
It's close.
I guess tiebreaker always goes to the Force or whoever's more Force sensitive. So I guess it'd be Kit Fisto, but I could see it going either way, honestly.
Yeah. Man, you know what? Yeah, that's tough. I might have to go Kit Fisto, but this is a buzzer beater in triple overtime, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is maybe a full court heave. It's 88-88, triple overtime.
Kit
And
gets
just
the
a full
shot off.
Buzzer wails and Kit Fisto just runs, and all Kit Fisto fans storm the court. Yeah. I don't know, dude. That's really tough. That's really tough. We might just have to, we're gonna let Kit advance.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's amp it up a little bit. We got Jedi Master Yoda,
Oh, no.
Grand Master Yoda versus Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. And I put both the names just because I feel like some fans think Ben Solo is the more powerful than the Kylo Ren. But it's kind of how you look at it. I'm definitely more of a Kylo Ren. He has the hatred. He has his grandfather Vader giving him fuel to continue the legacy. So I think Kylo Ren ultimately would wax the shit out of Ben Solo. But in case anyone here decided that Ben Solo would be the person to take out first opponent, but it just happens to be Grandmaster Yoda. So
Wow.
What are we? Any thoughts or anything?
Damn. I would have liked to put Kylo Ren up against a few other people. There was a few things I had in mind of matchups that would be really interesting. But unfortunately, again, sometimes you just get a bad draw in that opening round, and I can't put him over Prime Yoda. I mean, even Yoda in Revenge of the Sith, that wasn't even Prime. He was old, and he was bouncing around with Palpatine. Like, go Yoda.
Yeah, we haven't even seen a Prime Yoda, really. Like, holy shit! Could you imagine him at 400 years old?
Oh man,
right.
Limber.
And Kylo went up against Palpatine, and he got like Force lightning yeeted down a freaking shaft. So, I think it's Yoda. I mean, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to give it to Yoda overall. I mean, Kylo Ren's a bit more resilient than most people think. Like, there was a prequel comic to the sequels where he takes on a Zillo Beast and he jumps into the Zillo Beast's mouth and cuts him open from the inside.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
so he's a bit more. He's got a bit more about him than maybe most people think. With them being a whiny Skywalker, which he is, to be fair, they're all whiny. But yeah, in this matchup, Yoda takes him down quite easily, I think.
Yeah, we'll definitely go with that.
That is funny. Skywalkers are an insanely whiny family, just across the board. Leia's probably the least whiny of the entire Skywalker lineage.
You guys did see me randomize this, right?
Oh my god, I've just seen the next matchup.
Yeah, I saw that when you first opened the side of the bracket and was like,
oh my lord. Yeah, fuck, man.
A couple of rough openers.
And the thing is, too, is when we look at all the participants, it's all Reva's the technically number 1 seed.
Right.
We have Anakin and Palpatine randomized and they're together. So yeah, this is fuck. All right. What happens? What happens? This can take 20 minutes to talk about. This can take 20 seconds, but we're gonna have to.
I mean, we're going with obviously Prime versions of them in canon. So if that is the case, then Palpatine wins, because even Episode 3 Anakin, which is Prime, it still isn't full ability Anakin as he should have been. And a full ability Anakin would have bodied Palpatine, but he's not there yet. And even if we're taking Prime Vader's been through all the trauma that Anakin's been through, lost his limbs. He doesn't have the midichlorians to use some Force abilities anymore that he did. His suit is vulnerable to Force lightning, as designed by Palpatine. So, as much as I hate to say it, I think in this case, Palpatine comes out on top.
Yeah, you can't beat that. You can't. That everything you just said, you can't. There's no rebuttal for me, anyways. I have nothing to say. you left me speechless, but you can't. I don't see where Palpatine loses to Anakin. I don't see where Sidious loses to Vader. I don't see where Emperor Sidious loses to Anakin Vader. And it's just
it's one of those things where if we ever I can't use this as my Anakin because we never actually got it. But if we got Prime Anakin fully limbed, like Jedi Master Anakin at his full potential, I think we could go with that. But that's cheating because we didn't get that. And the closest we got to that was him fighting Obi-Wan. And he had a pretty big weakness there. And he was pretty mentally unstable at that point, which is obviously why he lost Obi-Wan. He jumped. He tried the high ground deal. He was a loose cannon at that point. And we all know Palpatine is the master of manipulation. Palpatine would have trapped him, would have goaded him into something while he was that unstable. And so that's the way I'm looking at it, is even at his peak, Palpatine would have been able to work laps around his mind during that and made him vulnerable. So if we could have had a Prime Master Anakin, I would have gone with that, but I got to go Palpatine here. It hurts, man. Anakin deleted first round it hurts my soul, my gut, my back a little bit. I don't even know why, but it hurts.
Yeah.
Hurts my soul.
I'm gonna vote for Anakin just because you guys voted for Palpatine, just so it doesn't
You
go out
scumbag.
4-0.
How dare you? Yeah, it's tough, man, but Palpatine lives. Somehow Palpatine returns.
Somehow.
God damn it.
Let's just move on. Let's get that out the way. Kanan Jarrus versus Dengar.
I think that's a pretty easy battle, isn't it?
Dengar. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the bounty hunters in the Empire
The
Strikes
Robot
Back?
Chicken.
Yeah.
He's in there briefly.
Yep.
But
He's
the Robot Chicken skits are the most that I remember him most from.
I mean, he looks dope, really cool. You can see that. Like I believe the Legends version of Boba escaping the Sarlacc pit was Dengar helping him escape.
Yes.
But yeah, Boba did it on his own with some clone trooper oxygen or stormtrooper oxygen. So I feel like if Dengar was the one that saved Boba, it'd give him a boost, but not enough to beat Kanan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, man, could you imagine a young Caleb Doom actually beating Dengar? That would be kind of dope.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, to be fair, the most we ever see of Dengar properly is like when he has a few episodes flirting with Sarge Ventress in Clone Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, it was cringy too.
I forgot he was in that. Yeah.
It wasn't not the most ultimate Riz, but he tried. He tried. We'll let Kanan prevail. Yep. A little Paz Vizsla versus Kiadi Mundi action. Yeah, I think this is just another one of those rounds here, gentlemen. I'm gonna have to go Kiadi Mundi.
Yeah, Paz Vizsla puts up a fight for a little bit, but he won't last as long as maybe say Bo-Katan or Din Djarin would have lasted. So
yeah,
Kiadi's a beast. I was thinking I got mixed up for a second. I was like, I swear we already Paz.
How did you get to the other side of the bracket?
This son of a bitch.
Yeah, Paz is just a big meathead. You gotta go with
Kiadi. Yeah. Swole for no reason. I don't, unpopular opinion maybe, I don't like his helmet. I don't like how it looks.
Oh yeah,
it's like it reminds me of like Jason X, like just a buff, weird looking mask. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just reminds me too much of Jason X, and that's why I don't like his helmet. Maybe
it's not quite as sleek as all the other Mandalorians. It looks a bit more, boxy and industrial.
Yeah. And his like rangefinder or whatever is like pointing the opposite way of like the traditional one. I mean, that's just to spice it up. I get it, but
it has to be different.
Yep. Kiadi Mundi. And to complete this side before we go back to the other, look at this matchup. Now this one is fun, very fun. Mother Talzin, the mother of the Night Sisters of the Dathomiri, and Barriss Offee. What Andy, you take this one. What's your first look at this?
My first instinct was this was an easy win for Mother Talzin. I mean, Barriss Offee was still a Padawan. She wasn't a full-blown Jedi Knight. She sort of ruled by her emotions, maybe a bit more, especially towards the end of Clone Wars, as we see. Mother Talzin, the head of the Dathomiri witches in this galaxy, anyway. She's got the Talzin, the Blade of Talzin. She's got all the dark magic on her side. I think she dispatches Barriss fairly swiftly. To be fair, Mother Talzin holds her own against Windu for quite a while. And she's fought against Dooku and Palpatine as well at different points. Right. And Palpatine was actually scared of Talzin So
Yeah, like the only person he was scared
Yeah.
of.
Yes.
So I think Townsend takes this one.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
nice
agree.
piece on the resume, being the only one to put fear into Palpatine. Yeah, just that line alone will make me go Townsend. It would be close. So I think Barriss. I'm excited to see Barriss's story too, in Tales of the Empire coming up here. But yeah, sorry, Barriss. She gave a good fight to Anakin with 2 lightsabers too. Anakin double bladed. Barriss was putting up a surprisingly good fight in the Clone Wars season 5, I believe.
Season 5, yeah. Well, until Anakin got
no.
pissed off and then just went and then just bodied her in about 30 seconds.
Straight up master.
I get the resilience though. I feel like we haven't seen a side of her yet that could be seen in Tales of the Empire.
Yeah.
But
I'm really
but
interested.
Yeah. Mother Townsend, got to give it to her, especially if she has the blade too. And who knows, she could call in some. If we want to look at it this way, she could call in some like Night Brothers or just let them spawn and just take her out. I mean, that's part of her. Like she would definitely do that.
It'd be a move in Mortal Kombat. Provide soldiers around you. She's got that ability.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, we got that bottom. We're going to the southeast region.
Let's get it.
Gar Saxon versus Ayla Secura.
Ooh,
One of my the only notable Mandalorian. I love Gar Saxon, but I think it's because of the way he looks. And of course, he is voiced by the late Ray Stevenson. May he rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace.
But Ayla Secura was one of my childhood crushes. I loved that Twi'lek. I loved her.
I mean, whose wasn't she?
That's another one where it's just like, really, you had to take her out? Like, come on, clones, what are we doing? What's up, Malekith? Thanks for joining, bro. Hopefully, you haven't missed too much of the bracket. But yeah, this will be up automatically uploaded onto the channel too for anyone who misses it. So
he's been sleeping for centuries waiting for this episode.
You gotta love Malekith. He's a good subscriber to the channel. Plus, Malekith is from what universe?
Marvel, Thor.
Marvel, okay.
The Dark Elves.
Because he hit me up and was like on his different account on Instagram and was like, oh yeah, he's from Marvel, so that makes sense now. I couldn't remember, but yeah, he's like, this is my old account, don't make fun of it. I'm like, I don't even know who Malekith is, bro. So you have whatever account you want, that's fine. Thanks for your support though, always.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thor the Dark World, baby.
But yeah, I don't know. I think for me personally, I think Ayla Secura has the edge. This isn't a quick match though. I think this lasts a while.
Yeah. It'd be a good fight. I'll go Ayla though. Jedi Master. Sabine was able to take out Gar Saxon her first time really using the Darksaber in a battle. So I'm gonna go Ayla for sure. Yeah. That was a dope fight.
Andy, who you got?
I think Ayla Secura wins it. Gar Saxon's a little bitch when it really comes down to it. He loses every fight he's ever been in that we've seen on screen. So
tries a shooter while her back's turned. Scumbag.
Yeah. That's how she went out too.
Oh man.
Oh, weakness. We might need to retake this.
That was one of the worst Order 66, wasn't it? Because they didn't just shoot her and then stop. They just went going until she was until she was crated.
Man,
some deep feelings residing there.
By her boyfriend as well. Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Andy, you told me for the clone that shot her, like they had like a relationship.
Oh, Commander Bly. It's never been actually like 100% confirmed in canon, but long been rumored that her and Commander Bly had a romantic relationship. So for him to be the one that like shoots her down and then the rest of the clones join in, that's even more brutal.
My God, that's horrible.
Dick. Yeah, that's quite fucked up, man.
Poor Ayla.
Well, we're gonna let her win because that's messed up. Okay.
Oh, there's Chewie and Jango.
Whoa.
Wolf. He didn't see anything, trust me.
Plo Koon.
Yeah. Dave knows how I feel about this one. So
yeah, Andy loves Wolf, so I think his vote's probably going to reside in the Wolf camp there. But I think Plo Koon takes it.
We can go one up there.
No. Wolf is a fucking
No,
dick.
no.
There we go. Just so Wolf can see that he lost 4-0.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
he
see you later,
can
Wolf.
Hero.
Bye.
butthead. All right. My favorite clone, Commander Cody versus the Grand Inquisitor. What do we have here, gentlemen?
I like Cody, but
Hmm.
Grand Inquisitor in it for me.
Yeah, it's tough. Even though the Grand Inquisitor's not my favorite, and he's not he doesn't look the best in most of his fights. Like he kind of looks like a bitch, but I think that he'd still win just because he is like the top of all the Inquisitors, and he survived under Vader for a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Amy, Dave. Well, Andy is never going to root for Wolf. Yeah, we found that out really quick.
I'm
Big
pretty sure
Wolf
that's my wife commenting, by the way. So
Hi, Andy's wife. Thanks for joining.
That's hella funny.
But yeah,
Grand Inquisitor takes this one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cody.
Yeah, yep. Well, there goes my favorite clone. We did vote Cody, right?
In the same way we voted fives, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Ooh.
This is awesome right here. Shak T versus Shin Ha-Ti. My first look at it, Shak T has died 99 times, and she's going to get her 100th from Shin Ha-Ti. This can be changed from your guys' decision, but I'm going to be the one automatically on Shin Ha-Ti. And we're putting looks aside, guys. We're putting looks aside.
Caleb.
We're going to go.
I can fix her.
I love that when it was just she was just everywhere for a long time, and it was just like, this is awesome. But yeah, any sways on Shak T versus Shin Ha-Ti?
I mean, I can't say the same sort of comments as Love now that we know that my wife is watching. So I'm going to have to say that Shak T wins for none other reasons. No, it's a tough matchup. It's a really tough matchup. I mean, Shak T's not the greatest fighter in the world, but she's got experience. Even though she does get killed 3 times in Revenge of the Sith alone. But Shin Ha-Ti, she's a good fighter, but she's not got the experience edge. Oh, it's a tough one.
And I hope we see
Shak
that
T
soon.
just takes it. Like by a whisker. Again, it's not a quick fight either, I don't think.
I can't knock it. Like I said, I think we haven't even seen Shin's full ability yet, and it's not Shak T's fault that we see deleted scenes of her getting taken out in Revenge of the Sith or in Clone Wars. Like that's not her fault. But and we haven't seen Shin yet. The only thing is she's still alive in canon from what we see. So yeah, I get the argument.
Yeah, I would have to go with Andy because all we have of Shin Ha-Ti. So she's the apprentice of Balin, but Sabine, not exactly a Jedi master, was able to pretty much take her on by the end of the season. And Shak Ti isn't known. She's more known for being like the wisest of the Jedi masters. She's not known as being like the absolute war hero, but I still think if you're a Jedi master growing up when the Jedi were the peak of that point, like she's got better training, she's got more experience. So I would go Shak Ti, but it would be close. It'd be a super fun one to watch for sure.
Yeah,
I agree too. Just because of the whole Sabine aspect with Shin, like Sabine just found out she was. That was probably my least favorite part of the Ahsoka series was the whole Sabine arc, but. Shak Ti, and also just being a Jedi in the Clone Wars era, you have such good defensive skills.
Yeah,
she would just probably tire Shin out after 5 minutes of deflecting every shot she throws at her and then take her out.
Yeah. I can't knock that either. Poor Shin. We'll see you in the next one. Okay, there might be a part 2, and you will be the number 1 seed. That way you can prevail.
The NIT.
And now if you go lose that junior varsity tournament, we're just gonna have to get rid of you completely. All right, guys.
Whoa.
Darth Maul
Oh
versus
my
Rey
God.
Skywalker.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys take the floor once again.
I mean,
Oh.
Rey is one of the most powerful Jedi in all
Rey.
of the movies. I mean, she is. Like,
Watch
much
yourself.
as you,
She
as
is
much
the
as people don't love her story, she did learn very quickly, and she is the granddaughter of Palpatine somehow, and also a Skywalker somehow.
somehow Palpatine conceived, you know.
Yes, that's tough. Because Maul, I think, would you say Phantom Menace is Maul's prime? Because afterwards, you think Clone Wars? You think Clone Wars is
I
the
would
prime?
say
It can't be
end of Clone
Rebels.
Wars. Not
I
Rebels
would
is a
go
bit too old.
Like
early then,
Mandalorian Maul.
Mm.
but yeah,
I
I'd say
would-
that's prime Maul.
I would go when he beats Pre Vizsla. I feel like that is like the start of his prime, in my opinion. And then Phantom Menace, and then Rebels. I put Rebels Maul in last place.
Oh yeah, he's just an old crazy guy.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah,
I kind of edge towards Maul on this one, using kind of Dave's methodology thinking in the Anakin Palpatine battle, and the fact that Rey gets a bit emotional, she's easy to sort of aggravate. And Maul's one of those ones that he is quite calculated in his thinking. He can use that against you and get you riled up and inside your own head a bit. I still think for Maul, for as strong as he is, he gets beaten a lot. He got beaten by Clone Wars Ahsoka. He gets taken out a few times by different ones. But then again, he's strong enough that he can take on 3 Inquisitors at once in Rebels. And if we're saying that's not even Prime Maul, then I think it is a tough one. But I think his rage and anger puts him just ahead of Rey in who I would take in a battle.
Yeah, it's a good look. Maul. Amy again with Maul would dismember Rey. Yeah, I could see that too. Because I'm excited to see what the new struggle is in this Rey movie, and if we get to continue to see the Palpatine in Rey, show itself. After, and this is Palpatine's gone now for good, hopefully, and just to see Palpatine be kind of brought back again in Rey. Just showing her Palpatine side. But yeah, I think I'd have to give it to Maul as well. R2D2. Star Wars is for sissies.
With the name R2D2, that's sick.
You can't. Come on, man. That's okay. I guess hey, it can be 64 characters, 4 sissies, 1 winner. That's right. Whatever you want us to be, R2D2. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, though. Please, thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think with this Rey thing, I think with these new movies coming out, we're going to see a much more powerful and competent Rey. I think with what we've gotten so far, though, on screen, she struggled against Kylo. Obviously, she was brand new, though, and she improved exponentially, but she also got that kill shot on Kylo while he was distracted. He heard Leia, and then she looked at him and was like, well, I'll kill you right now then, while he was in his own mind. So she kind of took advantage there. But yeah, I just think as far as the prime we have seen in canon compared to Darth Maul, I think Annie says it best. He was old and he wiped out 3 Inquisitors at once, and he was old. He was past his prime Maul there. So I think I'm going with Maul on this one.
Yeah, it's also, like I said, we haven't seen what Rey is doing in the future, 15 years after taking out Palpatine and having all of the Jedi on her side. I just don't. It's one thing taking out a clone, dingy, decaying version of Palpatine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Maul as well, because it's the pure hatred and knowing that he was screwed over by both sides, manipulated upon, and him understanding that just creates much more fuel on his side. So yeah, it's Maul for me as well.
But Rey is all of the Jedi, and she is covered in plot armor.
Yeah, well, that was the other
and
aspect.
Disney and
There's
Disney.
no plot armor.
Fuck.
And by the way, all the Jedi came back. That was a one time. That was a one and done. They came back because of Palpatine. They ain't coming back to help her against Maul. That's if you
That's
can't
true.
take
She's
out
on her
Maul,
own.
you're on your own, girl.
Yeah. R2D2 back. Star Wars long time died, but people keep milking the cow off, trying to push the milk out like when the Bessie's clearly dry empty. Similar with the Star Wars. Okay.
Bessie is the
Old
cow's
Bessie.
name, I'm guessing.
Old Bessie.
Or take old Bessie out back and put her down.
Damn it, Bessie.
God damn it. Okay. That's hey man, we're human. You're always entitled to your own opinion. 100%.
Yes, sir.
This is I do love the cow analogy, man. I love it. It's good shit.
I like the way you use your words. Big fan.
Old Bessie. All right. Maul is riding old Bessie off to the sunset.
Blimey.
Oh no!
Oh, what the hell?
Oh,
What are you fist
Okay.
pumping for?
I was just cheering on
Old.
Darth Maul. I didn't see
Man,
that
okay.
yet.
So is this worse than Palpatine Anakin first round?
No,
No.
this is easy.
It is easy.
Yeah,
Man,
I mean,
it
I know
sucks.
who my pick is. It's just heartbreaking. I don't want to see them fight.
No.
Me? I'm gonna jump ship and allow you guys to discuss, but I got Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it's Obi-Wan.
It's Obi-Wan easily.
Yeah.
He had more time, and Qui-Gon straight up told him, "You're a better Jedi than I could ever hope to be." So he even admitted it.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is my goat. Jedi, my favorite. Yeah, it's just Obi-Wan, cool.
Obi-Wan,
And
baby.
any
He's
further
defeated everyone.
elaboration on this? Yeah,
Obi-Wan's gone up against almost everyone and defeated Maul, defeated Anakin, defeated. Oh, no, he didn't defeat. Oh, he sacrificed himself for Luke. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Well, he did beat Vader as well in Kenobi series.
oh, that's right. Yes.
So
Beat him twice. Yeah, Anakin and Vader.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Obi-Wan's a goat. Sorry, Qui-Gon. You were dope though. You were a cool guy. Like your
Maybe
like
pre-Phantom Menace Qui-Gon is a little more powerful.
Tales of
but
the
he's
Jedi,
pretty
Qui-Gon?
old. Yeah, he's pretty old in Phantom Menace. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good old Obi-Wan. All right.
and I mean, and Maul kills Qui-Gon, and then Obi-Wan kills Maul. So there's your tiebreaker right there. You know.
Oh,
Damn, he was
No.
60. That's wild.
yeah.
I didn't realize.
I
he that
was
old.
actually jumping ship, it looked like. Earlier I heard someone say Chewbacca versus Jango Fett, and I missed that.
Oh.
So here this is. We're going back to the Northwest bracket and finishing this part out. Chewbacca versus Jango Fett. Bowcaster versus the Dualies. What do we got? Mando armor versus fur.
Yeah.
Beskar
Sorry,
armor
Chewie.
versus yeah.
Yeah.
That one right there was pretty much for against Beskar.
Yeah.
like slow moving Wookiee against jetpack Beskar guy.
I gotta go, Django.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
flamethrower is not gonna treat that fur very kindly.
Yeah.
and Django is the prototype for all the clones for a reason, like because he's
Yeah.
the most badass bounty hunter out there.
Badass.
See, and even me, I always forget that. Like I look at the clones, I look at Fives, I look at Gregor, I look at Cody, Rex, and it's like, damn, dude, that really is a clone of Jango Fett, literally.
Yeah,
No pun
that's weird to
intended. You know,
think.
like, it's just crazy to always remind yourself of that. But yeah, Django, let you ride your jetpack off into the sunset.
I hate
Unfortunately, it
Chewie not
sucks.
making it. Yeah.
But we're gonna continue with some original trilogy characters, and we're gonna go.
Oh no! Leia
Lando
slapping him across
Calrissian.
the face and then it.
Lando's so happy.
Yeah.
I've wanted this duel to always happen.
Hit me again, princess.
Han, step aside.
Han, get a room, buddy. Yeah. What do we got here? Do we have Princess Leia Organa of Alderaan, daughter of Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala, against Landonis Calrissian?
against Brando Calrissian.
Brando Calrissian.
Hey.
Yeah.
Leia bodies
Leia.
quite quickly. I mean,
Yeah.
post episode 6 flashback of Jedi Leia is gonna body the shit out of Lando.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
Leia
was so
too.
awesome too. I love Lando. I named my cat after him, but
Hey.
we got to go Leia. Yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah.
easier said than done. So
Yeah.
Adios, Lando.
later, man. He can now see his robot lover from Solo. I forget her
There
name.
you go.
They can
L3.
K2 or something. K something.
K2SO?
There you go. Oh,
K2SO's from Rogue One.
Rogue
Oh.
One.
F1. Yeah, that's now,
L3
yeah.
is from L3.
L3. There you
L3.
go. Yeah.
I remember it because I hate it so much.
Okay. Echo versus Savage Opress.
Oh no.
Oh,
The clones
Hell.
got tough matchups first round.
yeah,
I'll say
man,
that
the
much.
claims are getting bodied in these,
I
in these
mean,
first rounds.
It's not a lot of easy matchups for them to have. It's a tough fight
Yeah.
from the jump. I'm going Savage.
Yeah,
Bye, Echo.
Savage. Bye, Echo. Later, bro.
Yeah.
He was a good soldier.
All right. It looks like we have the second round going, and we just have to
We've
finish.
still got more on the other side, haven't we? Yeah.
Yep. Bang,
Oh, yeah.
bang. To be determined. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yaddle versus Han Solo.
Well, Han,
Hmm.
Harrison Ford gets his wish again. You did.
Oh, yeah. Chewbacca strong.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
he is.
Not against Jango Fett, though.
Yeah, not against flames.
Leia is a Jedi. Yes.
Yep, that's she wins.
Leia
the
is the
chosen one.
chosen one. Hey,
Ooh.
That's
I
debatable.
like it. I like it. Cool. But yes, her father was 100%. But yes, that's a good look. That's a good look. But are we going with Yaddle here?
Yeah.
Who wins? Yep.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Love so
Han.
happy about that.
You got to go, man. And it's not. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Whoa!
Oh, dude.
Here we go.
This is like
Oh.
perfect.
Damn.
Couldn't
Imagine
have planned
this
this
as
one.
this is the final four pick right here. This is
Yeah.
this is in the Obi-Wan Qui-Gon. This is in the Palpatine Vader. I've put this in that tough first round matchup to where it's like this should be in the finals, in at least the Elite Eight. But I mean, you guys know me. I'm gonna have to go with my guy Boba. We do see him defeat Cad Bane, but Cad Bane has been on Tatooine for a very long time, bleaching his skin just a little bit. Those two suns that get you.
He was like 70 in Book of Boba Fett. So
Yeah. And Boba was late 40s, early 50s in the Book of Boba Fett.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to give it the one up Boba Fett, man, and especially the dent in the helmet scene and giving Cad Bane a plate on his head. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Boba Fett. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean, it's like original trilogy Boba versus Clone Wars Cad Bane is how I see that. Cad Bane stood up against Kenobi and Quinlan Voss and survives. Goes up against a few Jedi and survives. I don't know. That is a really tough matchup. I think Cad Bane sneaks it.
Bang.
This is one of those dead even ones where it almost, you could argue either side, and it almost kind of comes down to just who you like more. Almost for me in this regard, at least, it's so close. And Cad Bane, I think Cad Bane is very overlooked. That man is an absolute animal, unless you're deep into Clone Wars lore, and then But to the common Star Wars fan, you don't think that much of him. But the man is an absolute unit. But
Absolutely.
I got to go with Boba Fett too. Prime Boba Fett before his series, like absolute peak. I got to go Boba. But man, that would be such a fun fight to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta go Boba too.
Boba. Amy again. Yaddle can defeat Han, but not a Dooku. Yeah, Yeah. Dooku is backhanding Han, and he would probably pass away. So yeah. Yeah, Boba Fett over Cad Bane, and it's down to the last second. You know, maybe Cad Bane isn't dead, like the popular theory. Maybe he's not dead, but at the same time, yeah, I gotta take Boba Fett. It's not close, or it is close though. It's not like it's far fetched by any means. Okay, Andy, I think you might like this matchup here.
Oh,
Pong
hello.
Krell versus Balin Skull. Andy, take the floor, my guy.
Oh my god. I think Ponkrell takes this. I mean, it's hard because we haven't seen really enough of Balin Skull to know too much about his particular fighting style or his battle IQ necessarily. He seems to be strong enough with the Force that he can obviously sense what was going on on Peridia and stuff like that. And we're going to obviously see more of that in Ahsoka season 2. But I think Ponkrell, just general nastiness and his ability to wield 2 dual-wielding lightsabers, and the fact that the guy is not small and he moves unbelievably quick as well, I think that gives him a bit of an edge on Skull. And Skull's not maybe in what we would say is absolute prime. It's just the only version of Skull we've seen. Like you could have said maybe 20 years earlier at the fall of the Jedi or anything like that was maybe when he was at prime, because he looks like he's in his 50s, maybe even 60s in Ahsoka. I think Ponkrell, unfortunately, takes this one.
Yeah, I had to look up his name because I forgot who he was, but that Clone Wars arc is like one of the best in the whole series, and it makes you hate him so much. Like he's one of the most hated characters in all of Star Wars. It's funny how he has this like fan base of haters everywhere.
Yeah.
And Balin Skull, I kind of just want him to win because I hate the other guy, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Ponkrell's gonna pull it off just because he's Clone Wars era. Balin Skull's kind of he has more wisdom than Fighting Skull. I feel like he's just so wise with his future and what he wants to do.
Yes. And my thing too is like Ponkrell, he has 2 of Maul's lightsabers basically. How do you handle 1, but you handle 2, and you have 4 arms? You may be Dex's nephew or something, you know. It's a really cool character, but at the same time, imagine if we saw him like really, really wrecking shit. The little things that we got to see from him in the Clone Wars, and especially in those few episodes, the arc he had, like he was a force to be reckoned with, 100%. But Balin Skull, we see him at an older age. We see him more so like Zen, like a dark side Zen, reaching out to see a more powerful source. I think that's cool, but at the same time, we haven't seen what Balin Skull was in the Clone Wars, which he was a general. From what we know, he led his own battalion. And personally, I think that would be a cool thing to look back on and actually see how powerful Balin Skull was. But I think I have this little theory that maybe Balin was supposed to be the next of Anakin. He was supposed to be Palpatine. Maybe Palpatine was reaching out to Balin, basically kind of maneuvering him into being his next apprentice. That's why he had some, you know, offset sides to Anakin when he was speaking about him to Ahsoka. And then Ahsoka's like, well, you know, Anakin never mentioned you. Like, who are you? And just the fact that he hated seeing, you know, the temple fall, and then the Empire reigns, and then the Jedi will creep back, and then the Sith will take over again, and then the Jedi. So like, obviously, I feel like there's just some deep hatred that we haven't seen yet that I'm really excited to see.
Yeah. Straight up. Yeah, I would love to say Balin Skull. Yeah, I mean, he did good against Ahsoka as an older dude. Like he was putting in work against Ahsoka the White. But damn, Pong is just a freaking force of nature. So I probably got to roll with you guys on it. But
yeah,
I want
definitely Pong. Yeah. Ping Pong Krill. Shit, this one hurts. Ooh. Not the silver fox of the galaxy.
Oh, no. Oh, Cobb.
Oh, he's a Cobb salad now.
Yeah, he did.
Do we need to discuss this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Poor guy.
Okay, wait. Cobb Vanth with Boba's. No, I'm just joking. With the armor or no armor? Okay, Luke. Well, that was probably the quickest one.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
Ahsoka
Well.
Tano versus Crosshair. This may be a second one.
Yeah, sorry, Crosshair.
another
Yeah,
clone
so-
goes down.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
and first round, man.
Have any clones
Alright.
won?
Hunter.
Hunter. Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
there you go. A defective one.
Yes. I was thinking about putting 99 in there, but I didn't. I just went it with the Bad Batch. Yep, Echo was out.
Verse 99.
Man, you got to give it to 99. Yep, Hunter beat
There you go.
IG-11.
Not even sure 99 beats a cold, to be fair, let alone anyone in the bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right.
All right. Sabine Wren versus Mr. Tyrannus.
Oh boy.
Oh
Well,
boy, Sabine. I'm sorry.
rip.
Maybe she could launch Dooku across the platform and he just falls to his demise. Who knows?
Hope for a rock to be there. He trips, breaks his neck on the fall down, something like that. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
going Dooku.
Yeah.
With that signature look of superiority, Dooku wins.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like just one strike of Force Lightning that Anakin got in Attack of the Clones and Sabine's toast.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah. All right. Dooku goes on. This side of the bracket's goofy. I feel like every other one there's a nice like a conflict between the decisions, but yeah, I'm Asajj Ventress here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think this is we just saw it 2 weeks ago. It was easy
Yeah,
clap.
I was going to say, yeah, she clapped him pretty
Yeah,
easily.
what the hell?
Rika.
All right, Rika.
Rika's
Rika.
dead.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
that's funny.
Are-
Clone's gonna win.
Are we gonna do combat skills or are we gonna do ACT scores? If we're going that route. I think Tech wins on
Yeah.
the SAT ACT test. But yeah, I think in combat prime,
Yeah,
you got to take Rex. Got to take
Mhm.
Rex.
Yeah.
you do.
going Rex for sure.
Yeah.
Good. I'm
All
glad
right.
Captain Rex advanced.
Yes.
It'd be
With
cool to
that-
see the 501st versus Bad Batch 99, like a 5-on-5
Ooh.
Clone Wars battle. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be tight.
It
All right,
would still be
that's
pretty
50.
simple, wouldn't it? I mean, the Bad Batch have got abilities that the 501st don't.
Yeah, Bad
That's
Batch
true.
will probably win.
Yeah, huh?
You gotta let the 501st borrow like Commander Cody and a couple other people from
That's true,
different, the top guys.
Yeah. We are in the round of 32. We are
Ooh.
officially 50%. And this is where it's going to start taking off because the rounds get smaller and smaller. And here we go. Round 32, we are looking at General Grievous versus Hunter. I don't think that there is a question on how this goes. I'm one with Grievous.
Yeah. Hunter keeps
Yeah.
getting these droid matchups, but I don't think he takes this one out.
Mhm. Yeah,
No.
just the lightsabers.
Yeah.
He might sneak an arm off of Grievous with his knife, but
Yeah.
apart from that, yeah, Grievous wins.
Yeah, he messes him up a little bit.
Yeah. Grievous, you advance to the Sweet 16. Pre Vizsla versus Kersantin. This gets spicy. I don't know, man.
I
First
think
look,
Dark Saber Vizsla wins that, to be fair. I mean, as
Yeah.
strong as Chrysanthemum is and as formidable as he is, the minute you got a lightsaber of any kind, you're chopping limbs off pretty damn quick.
Yeah, and the best
Yeah.
scar,
And Jetpack.
the armor, and
Yeah.
jetpack. Yeah,
Go Pre Vizsla. Pre Vizsla's
I-
formidable, man. He's a beast.
yeah. I think a really cool scene would be Kersantin getting the knuckle dusters out and just punching the
Yeah.
shit out of Pre Vizsla's jetpack, and he just soars off for a minute and then runs into a wall, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
Explodes.
once Kersantin gets that dark saber, I think it's chalked for Kersantin. So yep.
Yeah.
Who would
You
have
know-
ever thought Pre Vizsla would be in the Sweet 16?
All right. Well, you're a
Cinderella.
Wookiee. Wookiees against flamethrowers. You're just a losing
Yeah.
combination right
Oof.
away. So
Not
all that
good.
fur,
yeah.
Mm.
very flammable.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Moff
interesting.
Gideon versus Ezra Bridger.
We might get that. Oh no. Well, maybe.
Here he comes, conspiracy theorist Dave. Gideon's still
Well,
alive.
there might be a
it
clone
fly.
out there that might have been a clone. We don't know.
They won't tell you the truth.
They don't want you to know.
They don't. Man. Mm.
It's a tough one, to be fair. If you're talking Moff Gideon with Dark Saber and his Beskar armor, that's a tough one for Bridger.
Yeah. I mean, when is Ezra at his prime? Are we talking when he gets shipped off with Thrawn?
I would guess, yeah.
At the
like
end
that
of Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah, end of Rebels. With the when he gets the haircut and he's got the short hair. That's prime Ezra.
Interesting. Well, I would have said Ahsoka version because he still gets a lightsaber in there, and he's had years of being able to hone his abilities and train and use them. Okay, by himself, but he still had years. He still had 10 more years on top of where he was before.
It seemed like
he just hadn't seen combat or used the lightsaber in those years, so he's probably going to be a little rusty, at least from what we've seen. I think he has the potential to go further now from this point, now that he's back with Ahsoka and everything, to be further than where he was at Rebels.
Yeah. Maybe super strong in the Force. He's had the 10 years to really, and he didn't have to close himself off from the Force because Thrawn couldn't, just pick him out, just feeling him in the Force. Enoch definitely not, unless he is Force sensitive. Or well, everyone, technically is Force, but I don't. Yeah, he's able. He didn't have to hone those abilities, so I think. Oh man, yeah, it could be prime Ezra during those times. Now he has a new lightsaber. Man, I don't know. This is tough.
I'm gonna go Ezra on this one. I'm gonna go Ezra. I believe in him. I think he's got the skills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ezra too. Maybe he learns a little force crunch like Luke, and he just crunches that armor down on Moff Gideon.
There you go.
Andy, what you got?
Yeah, I think I go with Ezra. I mean, at the end of the day, for all of his good things that he's now got going from Gideon, he was still beaten by a bunch of non-Force users. So,
well, I agree. We'll go Ezra.
well, we know how this one goes.
Oh man,
no. Don't call it a comeback.
Well, if Django had his arm, no chance. There's no ifs. It happened. Goodbye.
Sorry, Django.
Sorry, Boba.
Yeah, who's the one really at loss?
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
Well,
this is another good one. This is starting to get more interesting. Plo Koon, I think, just going off of his wisdom, he was an excellent form of combat as well. Ayla Secura, we've seen her fight a couple times, not too much in live action, if any. Plo Koon as well, haven't, other than the Battle of Geonosis, we got to see them kind of do their thing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take Plo Koon on this one, guys.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I think there's two things that gives Plo Koon the advantage in this one. Is one that wasn't it said that he was the only person in lightsaber practice at the temple to actually defeat Yoda. And also he has his own Jedi version of Force Lightning called Force Judgment, which is less powerful than Sith Lightning, and it comes out yellow rather than blue. But he's like one of the only Jedi that can use that ability. So I think if he whips that shit out, he's disabling people around him and gives them the opportunity to take him out.
Nice, yeah.
I agree. Yeah, Plo Koon.
Yeah, Plo Koon.
Andy just
good.
Settled it.
Yeah, Andy's cooking, guys.
Right? Yeah.
That's why they call me the Chef Killer.
The Chef
Killer.
Killer.
Oh, interesting matchup.
Yeah. From a temple guard to a Sith Inquisitor against a Shakti who has the lives of a cat. What do we have here? I have one, but I want to hear what you guys got.
Wow.
I'm taking Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
As much as the other Inquisitors were limited in their Force ability and training, just to make sure they didn't become too powerful, the Grand Inquisitor was already a fully fledged Jedi Master that had become a temple guard, and he was still strong on the Force himself. I think he's experienced. I think he takes it just over Shakti.
Yeah. What's up, Gage? Thanks for joining, bro. Hey, yo.
Yeah, I got to go with Grand Inquisitor too. I'm just not that knowledgeable on Shakti's combat. Again, I know she's a Jedi Master, but I know her thing is wisdom, not exactly combat. And Grand Inquisitor, I think at his peak, like Andy said, he was already a Temple Guard, so he's got skills and he's got the rage. So,
Yep, got to go with GI. I think he gets it.
Agreed.
All right, this could be just like
well,
this could just
well, we've seen this one twice now. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
You got to go with the GOAT.
damn, I really wanted Maul to go further, but Kenobi.
Yeah.
No more fist pumps for you.
Although it is interesting that he beats him in episode 1, he beats him in Rebels, but in the Clone Wars, when he shows up after Maul's return, Maul kicks his ass.
He does.
Yes.
Kills his girl right in front of him.
Yeah, and he does that as well. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So it's not necessarily straightforward, but because we've seen it, it's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Does Savage
Oh my
Press
gosh.
avenge the bloodline? Is he able to get the?
This is an interesting one. Simply because I don't think Leia would have dealt with anyone that would have had like the meatiness and the rage that Savage has. I think she'd be maybe stunned by that, and that could give Savage an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think Leia's smart. She's got the Skywalker blood flowing through her. And Savage is kind of like, just a dumbass. That fool is just a brainless, like, brute that Maul just kind of points and he runs and swings his lightsaber. But I never really thought of Savage as like this massive force of nature. It's only when he's attacking innocent citizens where it's like, oh God, this guy is scary. So I think Leia being trained by Luke, I'm going to take Leia outsmarting Savage.
Yeah, and I think that's what it would come down to is the smarts, of course, because Savage Press is that point and shoot kind of guy. Just yes, I'll do that for you, brother. You're my brother. Let's go, brother. It's like, okay, is this Savage Press? Is this Darth Maul's brother? Is this Hulk Hogan? Quit saying brother. The first few times I've seen Savage Press, it's like I have to find my brother. Oh, brother, come home with me, brother. It's like, okay, dude, you're not Darth Maul. Yes, I understand. No, I have to go Leia as well.
Yeah, I feel like if we saw this fight on screen, it would play out like a horror movie where like Leia is like, running from this dark, crazy creature. But yeah, Leia gets him.
Yeah, probably just about. I mean, the only reason I gave Savage any sort of airtime for that is because he stood in a room with the Sarge and Dooku and managed to throw them both to the side and then bodies Anakin and Kenobi out the way as they try to come in the room as well. And so he like 4 of the strongest around at that time, and he manages to escape from all of them. Gives him a little bit of credibility, but at the end of the day, I think Leia's too smart for him.
Yes. Yep.
Good point.
All right. Cal Kestis versus Quinlan Voss, 2 that ran away after Order 66 and went their own ways.
Wow.
What do we got?
Well, come on, Brandon. We got your favorite here. Why don't you tell us?
I don't know. A lot of people think Cal's gonna, meet his demise in the 3rd installment of the game, and that's the end. I think he's gonna live on. I think we're gonna see him in the Mandoverse Endgame movie as a older and wiser Jedi. He's one from the Temple as well, but so is Quinlan Voss, and he was a master. He was a Maverick in the Order, of course. Cal has had to fight Inquisitors. He's ran into Vader. We don't know yet if Quinlan has ran into Vader. But we do, know the times during Kenobi that I feel like they would have known if Quinlan and Vader had ran into each other in canon. So I don't know, man. I think with experience and knowing, like, Quinlan had everything on his side. He was one fighting the underworld fights for the Jedi, for the Republic, for everything. I'm gonna have to go Quinlan Voss on this one, and I'm really trying to put the bias to the side because if I could have it, Quinlan would be Final Four, no questions asked. But Cal is very, hardened himself, and he did everything alone at a young age after his master died. So I'm gonna have to go Quinlan.
It's interesting. They both have the same force special ability
just
of
thinking that.
retrocognition, where when they perceive others' memories when they touch an object. So that's kind of cool. They both have that same very special ability.
Good point.
And what is Prime Quinlan Voss? Is it with Dooku? I mean, what part of Dark Disciple is that? We're going off the Dark Disciple novel. If you guys have read that,
Yeah.
What part of that novel is Prime Quinlan? Because he goes through a lot. Is it dark side? Is it light side? Is it after he's on the dark side and he turns back to the light side again? Like, which one is it?
I mean,
Yeah.
I would think it's Quinlan when he, taps into the dark side completely for the first time and kind of allowed himself to be one to Dooku, and obviously feeding off of his feelings for Asajj Ventress too. Like, you can't lose in that situation. You have the relationship bond, and then you have the dark side, you have the hate flowing through you, just all the classic ideas of the dark side. Yeah, I think that's Prime Quinlan from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, man, he was trained by Dooku for months. He was already one of the most formidable coming out of the Jedi temple. I mean, Obi-Wan, I think, described him as aggressive and unpredictable. Like, he was just a tough dude to get in a fight with because he wasn't by the book. He had his own way of doing things. And yeah, I think once you tap into that dark side and you have that rage, you really become a force to reckon with in a one-on-one fight. So I got to go Quinlan over Cal, mainly because I don't have a lot of background on Cal either, but I know what we do know is he was a Padawan, and then for years and years, he separated himself from his training, whereas Quinlan has been honing his skills and then trained by Dooku and then came back, trained by Ventress and the art of sword work. I got to go with Quinlan.
Yeah, I'm going to go Quinlan too.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Andy, any sways for us?
I mean, it wouldn't matter anyway because there's 3 already going with Quinlan. I mean, I
come
might
on.
have sneaked it to Kestis because you're talking about tapping into the dark side. In the Jedi Survivor game, he taps into the dark side at one point and he absolutely goes fucking nuts when he's tapping into that dark side rage.
Cool.
It's one of the best parts of the game when you get to initiate that rage. So, and I think with Cal being maybe a bit more balanced in the Force overall, it gives him a bit more advantage over Quinlan, but it's a tough one. Yeah, maybe Quinlan edges it, but I think my initial thoughts were Cal, but maybe Quinlan edges it.
Yeah,
okay,
I could see that. But you know me, Quinlan, R2D2, the most strongest is Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, I could. Yeah, let's roll with that, man. I could.
Yeah, Ezra, he won.
Yeah, Ezra. Yeah, Ezra did advance. Oh man, that's good. Love the stream, bro. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. This is like I said, this is one for the nature right here. This is the March Madness, but in April and Star Wars. Yes.
Oh yeah.
There goes Quinlan. Bang bang. All right. What do we have? All right. If you guys want, we can run this one, take a 3-minute break, and then come back. Sound good to you guys?
Yeah, I could use the bathroom real fast.
Perfect. Yeah.
The coffee's running through me.
Okay, so we got Yoda and Fisto. What do we think here, guys?
Green on green, baby. Green on green crime. We're going Yoda.
Man, do you think Kit looks at Yoda, smiles, and then ignites his lightsaber?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, that depends. Are we on land? Are we in water?
Ooh.
Basically, well, they're both kind of froggish type creatures. I don't know.
Ooh.
You've seen Fisto fight in water, and I think if it's underwater and Yoda's got his little mask on, having to breathe and get himself around, maybe Fisto just might sneak in. But if it's on land, Yoda bodies him.
Well, Yoda probably parts the sea like Moses. I mean, he just stands there and separates it.
True. Just lifts him out of the water.
Yeah, he would do that.
Water I split.
Yeah, come on, lad. Where's your? I've been waiting for Love to do his Yoda impression all fucking day. And I've not heard it once yet.
Oh man.
Advance, I will. There we go, Yoda.
Yep.
All right, that's going to be a good break point. I'll go ahead and be right back, guys. And everyone watching, we will be right back. Please don't worry. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Starship on the jet. Starship on the jet. Starship on the jet.
Yeah. All right. We are back. Of course, we are looking at 66% finished with the bracket. But
Execute
like I said,
66.
we're about to fly through this because I know we are going into the Sweet 16. So we are back. Thanks for everyone's patience. Yeah, here we go. We are back. Music so fire. Thank you, Gage. Joshy hit me up with the music since he likes to still make beats. I was like, hey, bro, hit me up with a fire space theme. And he did. He came through. Production quality is so good, bro. Hands yellow, heart red. Yay. Sweet. All right. We are back. Thank you, Gage, once again, my brother. And we just did the green on green crime. And we're going into the next one. Kanan Jarrus versus Emperor Palpatine. I think this is another one of those heartfelt ones, especially if you love Kanan and the way he went out. But I don't see him surviving this one. I think.
Yeah, my boy
Palpatine-
loves going out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Palpatine.
Palp.
Yeah.
Palpy.
Sorry.
Papa Palpatine.
Okay. Two slender figures here. Mother Talzin versus Kiadi-Mundi. Who you guys got?
That's tough too.
That is a good one.
I still think Talzin takes this one. Although, having
Yeah.
said that, you could maybe put Monday on the same level as a Mace Windu.
Yeah.
And Mace Windu sort of defeats Talzin in the end. in
Yeah.
Clone Wars. So,
You know what's funny too is maybe Talzin could spawn some Night Brothers, Night Sisters, and Kiadi-Mundi could spawn some of his wives. That could be a good 10 on 10 action. You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
I don't like speaking on other people's relationships, but Kiadi-Mundi had some ladies.
That man
Right.
had stuff going on.
7
And-
wives or something.
Yeah, he had a
their
lot.
species is going extinct, so I think that was the only pass he could have
On the
on
hero.
repopulating. Just
He didn't love or have any feelings for him though.
No, well, you can't have attachments.
Play it.
You can
No,
you can slant
They were
pieces
objects.
left and right and have babies, but you can't be attached. You scumbag.
you got to read the fine print in the Jedi
Yeah.
archives.
Yeah.
My
Dude,
dad had to come through. My boy Kiadi-Mundi. Yes, my dad loves Kiadi-Mundi. A true
yeah.
pimp, a true player.
I agree with him, man. I'm going Kiadi-Mundi. He's known to be like, that's one of the things he's known for, is being one of the top swordsmen of the order. And he's a master of 2 different lightsaber styles. I just think I mean, Mother Talzin is tough. It's unpredictable because she's got magic, and what are the extent of those magical abilities? I don't know what they are. I don't know what the extent of the Night Sister powers are, but just based off the fact that Mace ended up trumping her, I'm gonna have to go with Kiadi, because I feel like Kiadi's pretty close to Mace when it comes to power and, you know, lightsaber abilities.
Okay.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Talzin. I think just because of that unpredictability, and even if you killed her, she'd probably come back to life. How do you even fully defeat her if she's, you know, this force spirit? Yeah, I just think
Well, that's a different
she could get
conversation.
inside of his head, maybe threaten his wives. You never know.
I
He
will
doesn't care
steal
about-
your women. No, not my
Make
women.
them Night Sisters.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Yeah, if it's the 7th one, I don't care.
You can take Brenda.
Leave Rebecca, leave Ashley. You can take Brenda. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
I'd
feel
take Talzin just because I think the only reason she lost to Mace is like that ball of force energy souls that she was trying to capture got blown up or whatever, so she lost based on that. I think maybe her magic just gives her the advantage. Yeah, I go Talzin.
Yeah, I want to say Kiadi-Mundi, but Mother Talzin and just her range of defeating an enemy, and also, she gave Palpatine the heebie-jeebies. So I think,
Fair.
I think Talzin's gonna advance
I'll concede.
openly, unfortunately, in my opinion.
Speaking of,
Asajj Ventress versus Captain Rex.
Rex. R.I.P. Rex.
This is
Sorry.
Yeah, I got to go with the bald-headed wonder on this one. Oh, they're both kind of bald. Well, the more
Oh,
bald.
no.
Yeah, which bald one are you referring to, Dave? Be more specific.
Or bald ones with the face markings.
Yeah. Pops the Mac of the galaxy. Yes, Kiadi-Mundi was the Mac. Return of the Mundi. Yeah. We all
I gotta
agree
go
it's
Asajj too.
Yeah, Ventress takes that one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bye, Rex.
Good soldiers follow orders. Out the tournament. Get out of here. Unfortunately. Sorry, Rex. I didn't mean it. I promise.
Ooh.
Ahsoka Tano versus Mr. Dooku.
Oh,
Damn.
shoot. Oh, no.
All right,
This-
Dave. Who are you gonna go for here? You think Ahsoka's the GOAT over Luke Skywalker? So come on.
Ooh.
Well, with that, I kind of gotta go Ahsoka here.
Right.
God, that's so hard though. Yeah,
Don't do it. Don't do
this is
it.
tough, bro.
Ahsoka the White, though, that is.
I gotta go Ahsoka at her peak. I'm gonna rock with Ahsoka at her peak. Ahsoka the White. She's the embodiment of the light side of the Force. She has the sister who literally revived her and gave her the power, essentially to that point. She's trained by the Chosen One, and now she's ascended to Ahsoka the White. I gotta go with the peak Ahsoka the White over Dooku. Oh, so it feels weird.
I'm gonna have to go Dooku here.
Oh,
I
big
think
surprise.
he's probably he's the best swordsman in all of the Clone Wars, probably, with his fencing style, just pure lightsaber skills. With the dark side, he does have some Force lightning in there too. Not as powerful as Palpatine, but still formidable. Dooku was only beat by Anakin, and I think he was trying to. Palpatine was playing with him. He knew that Anakin was his next apprentice, and didn't think he was going to die in the end either. But yeah, Dooku takes it.
Do it. Yeah. Pajama Dooku could be Ahsoka. That was such a sick ass version of Dooku. Just the arm behind the back, the nice like little skinny jean pajamas, little tight Under Armour looking
Battlefront
top, and
too.
Just
I love that skin. That's my Dooku skin on Battlefront too.
Dooku was probably my
He's
favorite
sick.
to play with on the dark side.
Oh yeah,
Pretty fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I take Dooku on this one as well. Sorry, Ahsoka.
Man, so I was also thinking we could have a fifth person on here, or I would just allow you guys to kind of do the one side or be the three and have the opposite pick and choose the tiebreaker. But me personally, I think I'm sitting on the Ahsoka side.
Oh, chat.
We might have
first
to
person in chat to comment gets the win.
at this point in time, at a minute or at an hour 43, we have 4 people in the chat right now. So if you hear this, comment. Hopefully it's on the quicker side. That way we can get this anxiety-ridden tiebreaker out the way. If someone, we have it, guys. We have it. It's already in the chat. Dooku. All right, it's Dooku.
I'm
He's
sending it on our
prevailing.
page. I'm still gonna do it. See what down the road. See if I get myself a moral victory by the end of this.
My wife just ruined any chances of Dave letting me on his show again.
Just writing down a list right now. Don't mind me. You're out.
All right, as we advance, we have Pong Krell versus Luke Skywalker. We see the light, guys. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's still going strong.
Pong Krell's that 10 seed that beat a 7 seed, and he's into the second round. But now he's going up against the big boys, and we'll finally get to see what's coming to him, what he deserves, and Luke Skywalker will piece him up.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It's no question. Lukey.
Send him home in 4 different boxes, Luke. Oh.
All right, Yaddle versus Boba Fett. I am Boba Fett.
So what is Yaddle's powers? Like, does she have a lightsaber? Does she?
She had a lightsaber.
Green lightsaber.
Okay. Oh, the little one. That's right.
Because she
in,
fought
Tales of the
Dooku
Jedi.
and Tales
Yeah,
of
I
the
was gonna say
Jedi.
she was in
Yeah.
Tales of the
That's
Jedi. She
right.
fought
She was
Dooku.
pretty badass in Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, she
Okay.
was pretty good. And she was old as hell.
She was.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool when she got smashed in like the door and then just lifted it back up. That was so dope. I was like, let's go.
That was sick.
I'm
I'll
going
still
Boba
take
Fett.
Yaddle for the win.
Andy with Yaddle and I'm with Boba. I think Boba just I think Boba hits her with the jump on the jetpack, throws a little flamethrower at her, distraction. She rolls out. Boba just hits her with the back rocket, and it's.
But then Yaddle stops it with a force and throws it back at him, exploding him into a million pieces.
Yeah, if she has enough force power to lift that door off of her and fight Dooku. She could probably, he turns the jetpack on and she just force pulls him right into her lightsaber. She could do it. I'll go Yaddle.
I know we're sticking in canon. We're not going to Legends, but there is some Legend stuff about her where she was pretty damn powerful in the Force. But again, I know we can't resort to that, but I like to think that it would carry on in canon that she is very powerful in the Force. And I think Boba, as much as I love him, I'm going to go with Yaddle there. Prime peak Yaddle when she's not, however old she was against Dooku there. I'm going to go Yaddle.
Yeah, it's one of those things, especially with Yoda. We know what he can do, but like imagine Yoda or Yaddle at 400 years old.
Yeah,
it's actually kind of scary to think about all those years, all that experience, yeah. I'd love to see Boba go, but at the same time, I think it kind of depends on the situation. I could see Boba kind of handling himself, using his Beskar to his advantage and all the experience he's used from bounty hunting, trying to capture bounties. Yeah, when I look back at it, Yaddle. It's gotta be. I'll take it away. No, but there we go. You win some, you lose some. I'm a KU fan, and we go out all the time. We're like the Dallas Cowboys of the tournament.
You and Caleb both.
No, that's Kansas.
Oh, Kansas.
Yeah,
UK. I'm Kentucky, so
UK,
that's our rivals.
My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
Blue blood.
Right.
But yeah, here we go. We are officially in the
quarterfinals.
Oh, by the way, we got an Ahsoka vote in the chat. It was a little late, but I just want the record to show that somebody else did vote Ahsoka.
And it was Dave's wife.
Ahsoka the goat. See, my Ahsoka, I say my phone is bugging though. Shake my head. Boba got my vote. He could use some sniper action. Yeah. And Gage right here, he's a huge Mace Windu guy. So giving the Ahsoka the bat, it's a good look. But as we advance, we are in the Elite 8.
Damn.
And it's ramping up more and more. We're almost there. It's getting scary. Dark times are here. But Pre Vizsla versus General Grievous. I, at a glance, am looking Pre Vizsla, but when I think of General Grievous, what he can do, his range, I feel like Pre Vizsla, outside of the Darksaber Mandalorian traits, I feel like he could be a little limited to General Grievous. But then again, I try to think. I think Pre Vizsla would just dismember limbs easier than Obi-Wan could, especially flying around. I don't know. I think I might be Team Vizsla on this.
I think I'm Team Vizsla too, just because of the tactics and outsmarting Grievous, and the jetpack. The jetpack would come in very handy to just fly around, shoot, distract him, go behind him real fast, slice an arm up, and fly up again real fast. So I think his training would come in really handy against Grievous, who is a kind of a brute. Does have his lightsabers, but yeah, Vizsla.
Looking at Dave's nod of agreement, I think I might be the only one that says Grievous. I think people don't give Grievous the credit he deserves in terms of he was a great general on his home planet. He was a great tactician, and he's got 4 lightsabers to go up against Vizsla's 1 Darksaber. Grievous would scuttle away. At the same point, like Grievous, he might be a brute, but he's not slow either. He's his body's quick. I think Grievous with 4 lightsabers takes Pre Vizsla. I do.
It's a tough one, man.
Because Vizsla can't stop 4 lightsabers at once.
That's the thing. That's the variable there. Because again, I think to his fight with Darth Maul, and we had him beating Fifth Brother, and then I think, well, now General Grievous doesn't even have the Force. But like you said, he's an extremely smart tactician, so he can pick apart somebody. It's really tough, man. Oh God. I would say I'm right on the fence between the two, so I guess I would give Pre Vizsla the nod since it's 2-1 now. I wouldn't give General Grievous the nod. I'm stuck on the fence between these two. So I guess you could go with the pre-Vizsla winning it, but I think it would be very close and closer than I thought initially.
Fuck, man.
Ooh, you suck.
I tried, Andy. You know what? Actually, Grievous would get washed pre-Vizsla usually.
Oh,
no.
I was gonna say, dude, I feel like I'm kind of going back to
I know.
Grievous at this point. And then Gage
Ooh.
here too. I vote Grievous too. Oh, fuck, man.
And he made some good points.
I wouldn't be mad
It's
either
really
way.
good points.
Yeah.
Because
Grievous.
You know, fuck it. Let's go Grievous.
my
Excuse my
pops
French.
Grievous has asthma. LOL. I'm going with Vizsla.
Well, that was the other thing that I think back is Obi-Wan beat Grievous just by shooting him in the chest. You know, he
With the
just
gun.
took a few shots of the blaster. Now he did pry his belly open before he did that. But
He did.
if you got a good enough shot, you could really pick Grievous apart. He's got a lot of weak spots.
As he said, as your boy there, Brandon, he just said Grievous defeated loads of Jedi. Like
That's true.
Grievous does nothing to him. He takes out Vizsla. Come on.
But we saw some of those Jedi die in Order 66. Okay, there's levels to the Jedi.
There are levels.
Dude.
What they don't tell you is he just camps out of some juvenile training and just kills
Yeah,
like the
he
youngest Padawans coming out and takes their lightsabers. Spawn camping.
He just waits till those Padawans have just built their lightsabers and slaughters them all. Order 66
Grievous
style,
was
and then takes them
captured
all.
by Gungans.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forget about that.
That's
Oh.
a rough one. That's
Yeah.
a rough
Oh,
thing to have on
good.
your resume there.
Yeah, you
Damn.
keep that off.
Imagine with the
Captured
smart
by-
technical abilities. Yeah,
That's
man.
funny.
Damn. What do we
Andy's-
do?
Andy's wife's like the interviewer, like, it says here you were once captured by Gungans, and he's like, no, that never happened. That never happened.
Fake news. Fake news.
Oh man. Fuck.
I'd probably cast my vote in the Grievous prime
Yeah,
peak Grievous. I'll switch it to Grievous instead of on the fence.
Yeah, we're Grievous is going. Yep.
Okay. That's fine.
Badgering people does work. Yes.
See, never give
Here
up.
we go.
Ooh.
Yes, never give up. And I think this is the tale of not giving up. I think this is a 5-minute fight. I have my person.
Yeah, I think Windu takes this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Windu.
Windu defeated
Sorry,
Palpatine.
Ezra. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going with
He
it.
had him defeated.
He fucking Anakin. God damn
He
it.
had
dude.
it. He had it.
Dirty rat.
You would have been a
Why not?
master. Just
Brick
wait.
interfering.
He said he would
One
trust
time.
you.
One time. He's hated you since you were 9. You're 23 now. It's been 14 years.
Think
Just
about
wait
that. He
once.
worked 14 years. He was finally about to be like, you know what? This kid's all right. And then you cut his arm off. Solid
Mace-
work, Annie.
Damn it. Mace, you're
Yeah, Mace takes that.
entering the final 4. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Grievous and Mace Windu would be in the final 4
Nope. Can't say I would.
or Elite 8? I'm just clicking shit. Okay. Plo Koon, Grand Inquisitor.
Ooh.
I'm going
This-
Plo Koon right off the bat.
This
there
is
for me.
yeah. Any
I'm
rebuttals?
surprised these two made it so far. They must have had some easy matchups, but yeah, Plo Koon.
Yeah. I think Plo
Yeah, I think
Koon's
so. Yeah.
what a weird matchup.
Oh,
Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Leia.
Kill her
help
while
me,
she's
Obi-Wan,
gone.
You're on my only hope. No,
I have no hopes. I am dead.
Is this the Kenobi series ages? Kenobi versus Leia?
oh my god. She would be able to just run away from him. And
She
he wouldn't
could
be able
run
to
away
catch her.
from him.
Yeah.
He would never catch her. Best
I can
running
run away
awayer
from
in the
3 bounty
galaxy.
hunters.
Andy's never gonna let me watch him on stuff again. It might be okay.
Yeah, I think Kenobi's the
Yeah, I
obvious
think Kenobi
winner
takes
here.
this one.
He did have him, man.
Gage is feeling it. Yep, he would have saved the whole galaxy if he wasn't hesitant.
Yep. He had to
I
hold the
need him.
lightsaber up.
That was the worst thing to me. I need him. And
Been
he's just
like, you know what,
"Man, if you
Anakin,
don't
you're
shut
right."
up-" Yeah.
What have
Yep.
I done?
Yeah. Oh, really? Really? That's how you feel.
What have you
right
done?
now?
What have you done, you whiny little prick?
Well, I'll
Look
tell you
did.
what you've done.
God. Just sits back, drops his lightsaber.
Alderon's
William.
gone now.
Yeah. Everything's gone. Yep. Kenobi, you
Yeah, Kenobi takes that
advance.
one.
Yeah.
All right. The Midwest bracket is now complete.
Wow.
The circle is now complete. All right.
Ooh.
I feel like we can still have the discussion for what Yaddle at a young age and the experience count. She did just defeat Boba Fett, as Luke just defeated Ponkrell. Now they are up against each other. What do we think, guys?
I do kind of like the idea of adding who they've defeated to the resume. Like, okay, Yaddle's just taking down Boba Fett. That was pretty good. So, but if we're doing Prime, like what Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker, he just defeated Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, it's Luke.
Yeah, I'm going Luke.
Yeah, I think Luke takes it.
Need more info on Yaddle before I say that she can beat a prime Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. And what's even scarier is just to think, like Moff Gideon, like the theory they have of Gideon knowing that like Luke walked out of the Death Star as Palpatine and Vader didn't, and knowing that he had just defeated the two most feared people in the galaxy, and basically Luke just ended the Empire essentially. And then you could also say Lando helped doing that by blowing up the Death Star. And you can't leave Nien Nunb out of there too. He helped. He laughed the victory. But yeah, I gotta have Luke taking the upper hand here as well, guys. But look at this match. This is dope.
Oh,
I think
This
this
is
is
dope.
easy, to be honest. We've seen it in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it happened, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then ultimately ending Dark Disciple. For those who have or haven't read it, you know what happens. And
No. Well, isn't it retcon now?
it isn't. It isn't.
Oh,
I don't know.
Supposedly not, but
I don't know what
we-
the
we studied
explanation is
answers.
going to be.
okay.
On StarWars.com, they had a post that said the events of Dark Disciple are still continuing through seeing her in the Bad Batch. And what's so funny is they dropped that as soon as the trailer for Bad Batch released. It was like 30 minutes after they uploaded that on the StarWars.com. So
Smart.
yeah, I guess with Asajj right now, this is just the appetizer, and then we're getting a meal and then a dessert. So we have like two more, so they say those are going to be the next steps for Asajj. So I'm hoping we do get the Path animated series, or even if it's live action, I think animated would work a lot better.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And seeing, her and Quinlan, maybe Omega, depending on how that ends, and the other kids from Project Necromancer right now, kind of starting that whole ordeal. And I just think that would be a good look for Asajj Ventress. And then maybe we get to see her in the Endgame Filoni film in live action as the dessert. Like that's the end. Maybe she sacrifices herself. Who knows? But I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I'm Team Dooku here.
Yeah, agreed.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going Dooku.
He took out Ahsoka too. Come on.
He's taken out lots of people.
Makes me
Yeah,
want
I
to
think,
vote for Ventress.
Yes.
Ooh, the next one's hot.
Another win for PJ Dooku. Yeah, I'm all for
Stop him.
Pajama Dooku.
Can't stop
Pajuku.
him.
Damn, he took out Sabine, Ahsoka, and Asajj, just killing women.
Sexist.
God.
Rooting for this guy, huh? Real nice.
Don't pretend to use the
Real
Force around
nice.
me.
I wanted Ahsoka to win. I believe in equality, but whatever.
Okay,
Ooh, this is
does
a
Mother
powerhouse.
Talzin win this by scare tactic? Or does Palpatine say, bitch, I ain't scared of you. I win.
I mean,
Yeah, I gotta go
Palpatine's scared of her,
Palpatine.
but he still wins.
Yeah. You got to face your fears at some point.
Yeah, it's Palpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palpy.
Daddy Palpatine.
That Papa Palp. Ooh.
Mm.
Come on, guys. Team Quinlan. Yeah, it's Yoda.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Quinn.
sorry, boss. But,
Sorry, bud.
Yoda
We're gonna
wins.
get the rematch we've been waiting for.
Ooh, there we go.
All right. Luke Skywalker, Count Dooku, Emperor
Ooh.
Palpatine, Yoda, General Grievous, Mace Windu, Plo Koon, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Elite 8. We are zoned in. Let's start with Plo Koon, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Plo, you had a great run, man. I know
It
Dave
looked
Filoni
good.
loves you, but
Yep.
we're going with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Hello there. Goodbye, Plo Koon.
Goodbye there. Yeah.
It'll be
Annie.
Kenobi, innit?
Annie hits him. Plo Koon, you're done. Obi-Wan advances and is the first one in the final 4.
Boom.
General Grievous versus Mace Windu. I'm gonna act like this is the Clone Wars 2D animation, and Mace Windu hits him with the asthma
Force
attack, and
Just crunches him, bro.
and even in a cartoon, it just looked so painful. You're like, oh shit. Oh,
It's
So sick.
I feel like Mace Windu in the 2D Clone Wars was OP as hell. Like,
Oh, yeah.
remember that scene where he just jumps into all like the super battle droids and stuff like that? And he's like punching them apart with his fists
Bro.
and just shit like that. Like
Gnarly.
that was ridiculous.
Talzin and Palpatine would end in the bedroom.
Yes.
Oh, Amy,
Bro.
for God's sake, nobody wants to see that. Stop being so sick. God, why am I married to you?
It's so would though. They would.
I don't know.
That's the
That's how we
ultimate
have Ray.
child.
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
know where
where
you think
Ray
Ray came from.
Oh no.
Somehow Palpatine conceived. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Procreated.
Uh,
I'm
Windu
going Mace.
advance.
Yeah, sorry. Greg.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Grievous
Knew it
made a
was
good
gonna
run.
be-
Elite Eight's nothing to,
Yeah.
sneeze at.
Yeah, very, very, very nice. Luke Skywalker versus Mr. Tyrannus. I
This is
am
really tough
team
for me.
green lightsaber. I'm going Luke.
I'm not convinced.
I had Ahsoka beating both. So if y'all think Count Dooku trumps Ahsoka, then I gotta go Count Dooku here.
That's
Canon.
true. You gotta stay. Yeah.
Canon Luke Skywalker, not Legends. Canon Luke Skywalker against Prime Dooku.
We're
I
also
gotta go
talking-
Dooku. He was forged in flames,
Mm.
man. Luke wasn't forged in the flames like Dooku was. Now he does have the chosen one genetics, but again, I picked Ahsoka beating Luke, so I gotta go with Count Dooku here.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Because even if we're talking like Luke Skywalker, because we obviously don't see a lot of him at this point between episode 6 and episode 7, just a few comics and a few bits and pieces. But if we're just talking like Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker, we're counting that as maybe on-screen Prime at that point, Dooku beats him. Like, he's only just become a proper Jedi Knight at that point, because Yoda tells him, until you beat Vader, you won't be a Jedi.
Mhm.
And then he throws his lightsaber away, becomes a Jedi. And at that point, I think Dooku still beats him in a lightsaber battle, because Luke only beats Vader because Vader's old, he's crippled. And Luke taps into the dark side a little bit when he mentions Leia and uses that rage to overpower him. And
Yeah.
Vader kind of gives in. So I think Dooku takes this over Skywalker.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
that
agree.
nature nurture thing, like, well, not nature nurture exactly, but when you talk about other things like Aragorn from the Lord of the Rings universe fighting Jaime Lannister from Westeros universe, Middle Earth is a much more harsh place to grow up and survive in, and you have to train. You're forged, metal sharpens metal. I mean, it's an intense way of living, and to be prominent during that time, you have to be elite. And Dooku was elite in the peak of that era. He was an absolute unit on the Jedi, and when he adopted the dark side, it pushed him even further up, arguably. So
Mm.
I think there was more for Dooku to hone his skills with than Luke.
Yeah, it's a good look. Dooku, you advance to the final 4. And the last matchup of the Elite 8 is an elite battle. And that is Emperor Palpatine versus Yoda.
This is the championship. Should be.
Yeah.
This is good.
Okay. Now we talk about the 400-year-old Yoda. We talk about the prime Yoda that we haven't seen, because there's no way that Yoda didn't know, even maybe at 700 years old, when he, maybe masters the knowledge like of the Force with tactics, with the battle style, using a lightsaber, all the tactics. We see Palpatine in his prime, And I think that maybe when he was playing behind the scenes as a young Palpatine, maybe during the times of killing Plagueis, maybe that gave him a lot more power. I don't know. I feel like I could pick both and say it confidently, but I might have to go with the result of episode 3 because we haven't seen Yoda at that prime that I want to see at 400 to 700 years old, and I think I have to go with what we see, and that's Emperor Palpatine.
I mean, I don't even think Palpatine was in his prime at episode 3 or around that age. He was, because he was what, in his 50s then? So you could argue that physically he was in his prime 10, 15 years before that. But maybe in terms of force knowledge, he wasn't up there. It's like you're saying Yoda could have been in his physical prime at 400, but didn't master tactics and force knowledge till he was 700. So it is an interesting one. I would just, sneak Palpatine on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going Yoda. Just because that the duel they had in Revenge of the Sith, Palpatine sends the Force lightning at him, and Yoda absorbs it into his hand and sends it back towards him. Like you can't really defeat Yoda because his defensive skills, like you can't touch him, you can't Force lightning him, and Palpatine. And Yoda's more like in tune with the Force. He's one with the Force. He's meditating all the time. Like Palpatine would eventually get so angry, rage filled, and lose it, and Yoda would finish him. I just don't think Yoda can be defeated.
Run away.
Yeah,
he ran away and admitted that he lost.
Yeah. He did, but that's because he fell down. He fell down, and then had to run away. If it was in like a one-on-one, no one can walk away. I think
that scene always got me because it felt like Yoda had the upper hand in multiple points, but Palpatine just had the high ground and was throwing these discs at him. But it's hard because I don't know when Palpatine's prime is. I really don't, because he hid his powers during the peak of his life. He was 65 in Revenge of the Sith. So when he was 40 or 30 in his prime, he wasn't demonstrating anything. So it's really hard to know what he was like in his prime. But I think Yoda was at least close to being tied in that matchup, and that's Yoda at his very end of his career. That's not peak Yoda. That's old Yoda right before he goes into exile. So it's just hard because I don't know where Palpatine's peak lies. I really don't. But if I were to say that same Palpatine fights a Yoda who is 100 years younger, I'm going with Yoda. So this one might need to go to the chat. I think I would roll with Yoda on this.
All right.
You better get one of those out. It's a tie with Yoda. We better hear a damn Yoda impression.
Faith in Palpatine. Misplaced, maybe.
Yoda or Palpatine, chat.
There were votes for both. I saw them popping up.
Yeah. I think they were more for Yoda, to be fair.
Yoda. Gage had Yoda. My pops had Yoda, and it looks like Amy had Palpatine. Man.
A victory sounds like.
Failed, I didn't. All right, Yoda. Ooh,
Palpatine doesn't die. He just goes to a new clone body. He can come back and get Yoda again and again and again.
Yeah,
that's not
20
fair.
years down the road.
This is a one-on-one thing.
Palpatine returns always. Somehow he always comes back.
He does. Well, he'll come back for next year's tournament.
God damn it.
Okay. Now my wife has entered the chat and said Yoda. So, yep, we got past. It's Yoda.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's okay to be wrong, guys. Don't worry. It's all good.
Yeah. Yes. That is when you really win as a human being, when you accept failure. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Being wrong is always right.
Greatest
All right.
failure is.
Yes.
Yoda.
Look at this final four. This is disgusting. We are 95% finished. We're gonna go right back to Yoda. Yoda versus Dooku, the first to enter the championship. What do we have here?
I mean, if we're going with Dave's premise of a few hundred years before Yoda, as opposed to what we see him in the prequels, which is pretty much towards the end of his life, Yoda probably beats Dooku because 900-year-old Yoda sort of drew with Dooku, and they're both old at that. They're both old as fuck at that point, to be fair. In Attack of the Clones, so I think if you minus 30 years of Dooku, but minus 300 years of Yoda's probably gonna body him. To be fair.
Yeah, and we see them at the end of Attack of the Clones, and Dooku. Yoda only stops because Dooku tries to kill Anakin and Obi-Wan. He's like messing with them at the same time. I feel like it was straight one-on-one. Dooku couldn't last long enough.
Yeah. Dooku only becomes powerful at the end of his life when he becomes a Sith. He wasn't as powerful as a Jedi. So, yeah, I think Yoda takes this one.
Yeah, I think it's Yoda, guys.
Vote Yoda.
Yeah. Championship, I am. Bring home the national title. All right. Mace Windu versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. Who is meeting Yoda in the championship?
I think this is a straightforward one for me anyway. I'd say Windu takes this. Because technically Windu beats Palpatine because he uses Form 7 Vapard. And then Yoda even tells Kenobi in episode 3, he's like, if you go to face Palpatine, you won't come out of that alive. So if Windu beats Palpatine and Palpatine beats Kenobi, Windu beats Kenobi.
I disagree. I think Windu's great against dark side users. That's his strength, is using the dark side against them. But if he's going up against another light side user, he can't use those extra powers that he has that other Jedi don't. And Obi-Wan being the best defensive lightsaber artist, I think he takes him because he takes out everybody else.
This is so hard.
It sucks.
It's so hard, especially because Mace Windu himself said that Obi-Wan Kenobi was the best defensive duelist in galactic history. Mace Windu said that about Obi-Wan. So that alone is like the best defensive lightsaber tactics in galactic history, not even during their time. In the history of the galaxy, Obi-Wan has the best defensive skills, according to Mace Windu. So that right there, and my overwhelming bias towards Obi-Wan Kenobi,
and Mace sucks,
makes me want to pick Obi-Wan Kenobi on this. Well, Mace is an absolute unit. I mean, he's arguably one of the best duelists too. So it all depends on who you ask, I guess.
But Mace Windu has that Shatterpoint ability as well, which allows him to see weaknesses through the Force, and therefore he could pinpoint Kenobi's weaknesses as he's fighting him and use that against him.
See, that's a solid argument right there.
Fuck, man. Okay.
There's another thing. Grievous uses a Form 7 that Mace Windu is very commonly used, and Obi-Wan was able to defend that and pick that form apart with Grievous's little Form 7 there. There's a lot. If you look into it, there's a lot of this is actually, interestingly enough, there's a ton of stuff online. If you look up Obi-Wan versus Mace Windu, the Reddit forums, everything, like this is a matchup that people argue about constantly online. So it's very interesting. This might be the closest competition we could have here between Obi-Wan and Mace, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh God.
See, and what I always try to do is put, people handle situations very, very differently. What if it was Obi-Wan that went to fight Palpatine? Would it be the same outcome? Not if he was to get Force Lightning. He wouldn't have been able to soak it in like Yoda, like we said previously when we're on the other side of the bracket. But I feel like if Obi-Wan was in Mace Windu's shoes when he went with Eth Koth, Egan Kohler, and Kit Fisto to barge into Palpatine's quarters, I think the first three die and have the same fate, but I think Obi-Wan can still get Palpatine in the same predicament. I think that he would be able to, because it seemed more so that Windu was going at Palpatine and was delivering. Palpatine was being more defensive, as I feel like the roles would be flipped, and we'd have to see Obi-Wan defend himself against Palpatine's, offense, which could be a whole different story. And then what if Anakin walks in? It's
oh my God, then it's a totally different story.
And it's just like, if Obi-Wan had Palpatine on the ground, would Anakin chop Obi-Wan's arm off? Like, would that happen? Like, what?
Ooh,
It's
I
just
don't think so.
it's just a weird thing. But I have Obi-Wan as the GOAT for a reason, man. But it is tough because I can't count Mace out. Knowing what Mace has done, knowing what he could do, I think this is the best matchup in the entire bracket by far.
I agree. I think this is the closest one, the closest possible matchup you could have. And like Lub said, Mace Windu's main thing is the Vapid or Vapid, where it's primarily effective against dark side force users and people with emotion. And Kenobi doesn't really fight with emotion. I think it's so even, but the problem is when you come to force abilities, Mace is more fluent with the force than Obi-Wan is. And that is something in canon. Mace is much more... He just has a larger force ability than Obi-Wan does. And that's why people say that Obi-Wan is the greatest duelist, is because he is so accomplished without having that deep connection to the force that some other Jedis do have. It's so hard. I feel like it'd be 6-4 Mace, though, maybe, unfortunately. I like Obi-Wan so much more. Obi-Wan is almost my GOAT of all Star Wars. I freaking love him. But I just think their lightsaber skills are so equal, but I think the force ability might give it that tiny nudge for Mace there. What's the chat looking at? We got Obi-Wan, we got Mace.
Okay. Yep. Obi, Mace, Obi, Mace.
Don't
Purple OG homie.
my wife would pick Kenobi, but not for any dueling reasons. Trust me on that one. He's picking him purely on look reasons.
I mean, he's got the
He is a handsome
fella. The battle. Look good, feel good, play good.
Hey.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. Man. I think David, Lub, you guys have to ask significant others, Windu or
right.
Both of the
I think my
so
wife
far,
would go with
Windu.
Obi-Wan, but it's not based on a lot of, like Andy said earlier.
Man.
God.
What do we do?
Brandon, you're on Obi-Wan?
Yes.
Is that okay?
But it's literally a 51-49. Like it's
I'm
right
going Obi-Wan.
there.
I'm going Obi-Wan.
Oh God. Do we ask Siri? Like, what do we do?
At GPT.
This is going to the story polls here. We won't get answers in time, but I'm just curious because this is such a good matchup.
I would stick with my answer of Windu taking it, to be fair. I think he sees enough of his force abilities with the Shatterpoint ability as well to overcome Kenobi's defense.
Yeah.
And oh man, this is so hard. This is the championship fight, in my opinion. But was the Shatterpoint deal? Was that a canon ability? That was right.
That's
Yeah.
a book,
Yeah. Okay.
My wife says our cat votes Mace Windu. Fuck, man. Yeah,
I think Mace wins. I'm gonna go with Mace. Yeah,
Mace Windu the go. I love Obi-Wan though. It is hard. Yes, it's hard. Yeah, it's Mace, man. I
think Kenobi's the greater Jedi all time, but I think one-on-one in a duel, I think Windu will take it. Unfortunately,
I think Dave's just hit the nail on the head there with that comment. Yeah.
So you think Mace Windu defeats Anakin?
Well, I think that's different.
No, well, Obi-Wan defeated Anakin. So do you think Mace Windu defeats
I think
Anakin?
it's different. Anakin versus Obi-Wan, there was so much emotion and brotherhood stuff going on with there, among other things. I think Prime Mace would probably have. Yeah, I think Prime Mace might have taken Anakin there, especially now that his lightsaber form works best upon people with emotion, and Anakin was full of rage and emotion during that fight. I think Mace might have actually had the advantage there.
Yeah. He does have a clear weakness not fighting against the dark side. Honestly, and this is a Windu guy right here. Honestly, I go Obi-Wan. I feel like everyone's torn. It's just the more you think about it, it gets harder and harder.
That's so tough.
He has a weakness not fighting against the dark side. Yeah, I don't know, but then again, I think, like, what if Mace fought Anakin on Mustafar? You know, it's just like it's all about the situation, what happens, how you look at your opponent. Like, obviously, like Obi-Wan, Anakin, it's like brother, father stuff, you know, like it's just a weird dynamic because Anakin looking at Mace Windu is like an annoying teacher or annoying principal, like someone you don't want to listen to, but have to. And as him listening to Obi-Wan, it would be more effective because they have a stronger relationship.
I think Obi-Wan loses against Windu because Windu's more clinical. Kenobi would spend too much time on the defensive, whereas Windu, he chopped Django's head off. He was happily about to cut down Palpatine. He's got that ruthless side of him that would absolutely go for the win, whereas Kenobi would spend too long on the back foot waiting for a potential opportunity and then be in two minds about whether that was the right thing to do, whereas Mace Windu wouldn't hesitate.
Yeah. It's there's so much at stake. And I never even knew about the Obi Mace comparison, or like the fight, like you were saying, Dave. Like it seems so random but so good.
Such a tight one, it really is.
Better pick Mace, if not, he will hear Samuel L. Jackson say "motherfucker." Motherfucker.
Yeah, I just think it's one of those matchups where if they fight each other 10 times, one wins 5 times, the other wins 5 kind of deal. And it all depends on the scenario, where they're fighting. I think it's as close to as perfectly even as you could get. Yeah, well, that would have been the smarter play.
And yeeting the twins is the craziest part. They also fought in a crazy zone. Yeah, true that.
Yeah, unpredictable.
Mace wouldn't have had any issue with Crybaby Anakin. Yeah, he probably would have been like, "Listen, bro, you're getting smacked down." Well,
yeah, I gotta go with Mace.
Yeah, it's Mace, man.
I don't like it. I don't, but
do you like this better though? As this is literally the end piece of the entire bracket. We've seen Asajj Ventress, we've seen Shin Hati, Balin Skull, IG-11, Wrecker, Hunter, Tech, Rex, Cody, Fives, Cad Bane versus Boba Fett. You know, like, this is what all of these decisions have come down to, thanks to chat and, of course, us nerds here. That's why I called upon you guys to help me figure out who the winner of this bracket would be. This is what we've got to. There's one winner, Mace Windu versus Yoda.
Right. I'm not surprised it's 2 Force-sensitive characters, but I am slightly surprised there's no dark side. No, I mean, Palpatine would obviously be the one, but he went up against Yoda a little too early and he went down. And I think Mace Windu did defeat Palpatine in a duel, and he just defeated Obi-Wan, and now he's going up against Yoda. That's tough. I mean, it's tougher than you think. I mean, my vote's got to go for Yoda, but it's close.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Yoda here. I think I think Obi-Wan, the best defensive lightsaber tactic in the galaxy, but his weakness was he wasn't insanely incredible offensively, whereas, like Andy had said, he'd be on the defensive the entire fight. Whereas Yoda has the defense that he blocks Palpatine's force lightning. Like, his defensive stats are off the board, but his attack is insane. We've seen it when he fought Dooku. We saw it when he fought Palpatine. And again, he's 900 years old or whatever when he did that. So I think you got a prime Yoda bouncing around like that, fighting against Mace Windu, who thrives on fighting against dark side force users. I think Yoda tips the scale a tiny bit more than Obi-Wan because of his offensive prowess.
That's such a good way to put it. I don't think a casual would look at it and be like, he only, like, look at his resume. Who has he beaten? Mm-hmm. And the people he's beaten aren't people like Yoda, aren't fighters like Yoda, aren't using in the same nature of force as the people he's beaten. So that's a really damn good point. Fuck, Andy.
Hmm.
What you got, bro?
Yeah, it's definitely a hard one. I mean, the immediate instinct would maybe give it to Yoda, but again, I kind of feel like I'm leaning towards Mace simply because Form 7 Vapad wasn't just about using it, the emotion of the person or the people who are against dark side. Is Vapad could help you adapt to almost any lightsaber form, in the same way that Form 4 does, that Vader used. And sometimes you just need to have that extra little ability. And again, combine that with his Shatterpoint ability to be able to see through and see any potential weakness that Yoda may have at any moment, or that in the Force pointing towards that, kind of gives him a little extra something that no one else that Yoda's faced either has gone up against. So again, it's an incredibly difficult one. My heart wants to go with Mace, but logic may slightly more dictate that it's Yoda. I don't know. I just still think Mace Windu's style gives him a slight advantage that Yoda again hasn't necessarily come up against or seen. Again, we don't really know what he's faced in his 900 odd years either. But I'm going to keep it spicy, keep it interesting. Let's go with Mace.
Is it 2-1 Yoda or 2-1 Mace?
2-1 Mace, I believe. Correct.
Well, me and Dave went Yoda.
Yeah, and I've got Mace. We haven't heard your opinion yet.
Yeah, it's up to you now, Brandon.
Maybe I'm just speaking out loud or speaking in silence, dude. It seems so weird. I feel like I'm Andy, but opposite. I want Yoda, but I feel that it's Mace. I just think that it's Yoda. There's like, come on, especially right now. It's basically, this would be another master versus apprentice. This would be another one of those that, Yoda and Mace have a more of a bond that's low key. I feel like, they're not going to show that because they're on top of the council for a reason. The second coming of Yoda would more likely be Mace. That's like his right hand man in decision making, and knowing what's next. There's times even in the Clone Wars I loved seeing Mace saying, or more so like questioning Yoda, why would we do this? Why can't we go this route? Take out the separatists this way. That would make more sense. Yoda's like, let's back off and look at it from, let's let the Force guide us. As it seems like Windu knows what to do, knows where to go. Tells Anakin, no, I'm going to Palpatine. You stay here. I don't know. I have to go Mace.
Another tie. This is a tight wrap up to this tournament here, man. It got hard really quick.
Baby.
I think I know. If you ask chat, I think I know which way chat goes with this one, though.
Yoda is the king of the
Force.
Force.
Got?
Come on, Brandon. It's Yoda. All Mace would have to do is surprise, motherfucker. Man. Yeah, it seems like everyone. It seems okay. So it looks like Mace Windu is outnumbered 4-3. Me, Andy, and Gage say Mace, but then Gage also says,
"There it is. There's
that
the Force.
Yoda's the king of the Force." Lindsay, my dad, Dave, Caleb all have Yoda, but then we have this saving grace with Windu. So there's 4. It's a 4v4.
Oh man, did I put this on our story yet?
Yeah.
But then again, you get swayed. It has to, like, how? Then again, it's Yoda, but then it's Mace.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
This
tough.
isn't necessarily who's the greatest in the Force. It's necessarily who's the greatest fighter.
Who would win
It's
one-on-one.
the wills of the Force picked Yoda to be the one that carries the lessons through beyond the Clone Wars because he was overall the greater Force user, the greater Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
But Mace kicks ass when it comes to fighting, better than most.
Yeah, Yoda wouldn't go all the way to kill Mace. Yeah,
And in a plot scenario, he probably wouldn't. But I feel like if we're doing a one-on-one tournament, we have to assume they're like when we did a tournament with Batman and Batman against somebody. It's like, okay, Batman doesn't kill, but if he had to kill in this scenario one-on-one, one person dies, one person lives. I think that it changes it a little bit more. But
we're looking at you,
Yoda is
Batfleck.
hesitant.
Yeah. So what do we think?
I don't know, man. It's a coin toss.
I think we give it to Yoda.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't hate that choice, but 15-2. Oh man, we got some overnight ballots counted.
The Electoral College has entered the chat. There it is. Yoda.
I'll take it.
The winner.
The Grandmaster of them all.
The Grandmaster takes it.
Wow.
Damn. I mean, there
tough.
was some early cullings in that, man, as well.
Yeah.
It would have gone a long way otherwise.
I know. It's tough not to see Anakin fighting multiple people.
Why is Gregor in that?
Google is confused.
Got 2 Yodas, 2 Grogus, and the Hood Yoda in the bottom right there. I'm not really sure who that is.
That just looks like Red Skull, just green instead.
Well, guys, what? That's cool. With the little coffee. Okay. Grogu, of course. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the concept
like
art
creepy.
for Baby Yoda.
That's like creepy pasta
nightmare
Grogu.
fuel. Straight up nightmare fuel. But
well, chat, viewers, ongoers, this is your champion of the. Maybe we can do this annually. The 2024 Star Wars March Madness that happens in April. And the GOAT wins. Yoda, 2.5 hours later, we have our winner. And it is Yoda. Who would have thought? I don't know. Not me. I thought it would be Palpatine, Anakin, or Obi-Wan winning it all at the very beginning. But I also had Creighton winning the actual tournament this year, and look what happened. So
I do like the randomized matchups. It made it less predictable because if you do kind of rank it 1 to 64, you're like, okay, this person wins, this person wins. This made for a much better discussion.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, this was the way today. It was Yoda, and I couldn't have had better guests on. I want to apologize for how long this took. I knew it would be a while, but I didn't know it would take this long. So apologies in advance. But thank you guys for coming on. Andy, if you want to let the viewers know where they can find you, go ahead and let them know.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure, as you know, to be on your show, for you to be on mine. Thank you for inviting me on with the cool guys from So Sidious as well. You can find Galactic Core Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube as well. You can find all my episodes on there. Just had my anniversary episode, which all of you guys were there for as well. So yeah, go check it out. Give us a like and follow, and you will be seeing Brandon on my show again very, very soon, because we've got What's the Bad Batch is all wrapped up, and before hopefully after May the 4th, we've got episode 3 review dropping on my channel, so tune in for that bad boy.
Yes, and thank you for coming on once again. We've always had this interaction of wanting to get on each other's shows, and it's always the best of the best content in my eyes. But happy 1-year anniversary to your channel. That's how I actually was able to interact with the So Sidious crew. And David, good to meet you finally. And I couldn't have had a better cast with me for tonight. But yeah, David, Caleb, if you guys want to let everyone know about So Sidious and what you guys do, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on. It was nice to get in here. It was a blast going through all that Star Wars stuff. You can find us Instagram, TikTok, and X at So Sidious Pod. We're on YouTube as well, but yeah, constantly posting stuff. Got a nice box office draft working up in the things are heating up. I'm getting my ass whooped, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, you can find us all there.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me on after you whooped my butt in the Star Wars quiz on the anniversary podcast. The Star Wars ones were way harder than the Marvel ones. I knew all the Marvel answers and then just
blame
totally
the quiz master.
Yeah.
Your research lab. Come on. He only beat you 6-1. It wasn't that bad of a trouncing.
Oh,
It was bad.
oh
Dave, you don't need to listen. Don't check it out.
no, I started. Don't worry.
No, yeah. Thanks for having me on. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Yoda was the Grandmaster for a reason once again. And but yeah, everybody go follow them. Make sure you guys shout out to them for coming on Clan Brandalorian, the 20th episode of the podcast, 2.5 hours. Make sure you grab your popcorn and drink if you're going to rewatch this and catch the full thing, because from start to finish, it was really good. But yeah, like I said, from the Cad Banes to the Ventresses to the Fennec's to the Bobas, Yoda was the guy. So go back and see how that happened, because it wasn't easy. But yeah, thank you guys for coming on again. And to everybody out there, Clan Brandalorian, I'm signing out. Have a good one. Boo.